Good morning, Brumdia. Welcome to stormy Santa Cruz. I'm Paul Evans. Joining me for the morning show this morning,
myself, Diogo Pedro.
That's his name.
What were you going to call me this morning?
Well, things have changed a little bit. There's a bit of wind.
Yeah, a bit different from what we're seeing on our screen at the moment, and you guys at home, these beautiful drone shots of the Santa Cruz area. This is a bit to the south of where we are. There's a little cave there that's really close to the place where we wanted to hold the event. But unfortunately, due to the sandbanks being all messy in that place, we changed to this one beach, which is really nice also. And nevertheless, look at this amazing area, amazing views, beautiful drone shots of Santa Cruz, and also the Morais Hotel.
Yeah, this place is amazing. I tell you what, this is where all the commentators are staying, just the web commentators, and it's absolutely beautiful. 5-star eco lodge, it's all organic food. Delicious, love that place. I keep my boards just in that one on the left. I'm sleeping in the one on the right, and I'm having an amazing time here in Portugal. Absolutely love this joint, and well, it's we've got the small matter of finals day to deal with today. We are standing by for the call. We're going to hear shortly from a contest director, but just for the moment, you can probably see behind us we've got a little bit of swell on tap. The wind moved in overnight. We had a frontal system out of the west, and we had a bit of precipitation. It's all going on out there, mate.
Yeah, it is. It is. We are very excited about what's going to unfold, what's the reading on the conditions. But before that, let's take a look at the Oakley party. Party that Oakley put on yesterday with a really big barbecue. A lot of people invited to really enjoy, yeah, whatever they put on. I mean, we were there. It was some really good meat, really good food, a really good, you know, ambience there, and everyone was really happy. Some good drinks, some good wine from the region.
Local wine.
Beer, yep.
I didn't touch the meat, to be honest, mate. I stayed well off it.
Well,
just had a little bit of couscous and some salad.
There you go. All vegan, but that's the beauty of Oakley. It has options for both vegan and meat-eating people. That's what we're taking a look at. That's the barbecue. Oakley, of course, presenting this Pro Santa Cruz, presented by, well, Oakley. Quite an event. The catering by Noah Restaurant once again. I mean, these guys have been providing us really good food all day long and all event long, to be honest. And yeah, yesterday was just one more of those days.
Oh, this is actually making me hungry and want to drink booze and eat stuff. This is great.
And it was great. Good music. Everyone was enjoying themselves. And we did have a great time.
Mate, you couldn't go and fetch me a glass of rosé, could you? I just suddenly got a taste for it. No, we got much more important business today. Of course, finals day. We've got 3 massive heats to bring you. Hopefully, we are standing by for the call. We're going to find out officially for the moment, but we're fairly confident. We've got some waves out there. We think we're going to have a surf contest today.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting. Hopefully, we will crown our champion, our new champion today. These are the jet skis, but still thinking about the last day of action. Let's take a look at the Oakley wave of the day. Do you know who got that yesterday, 2 days ago?
I can't believe you even need to ask. My mind's still blown by this. The Oakley wave of the day, I mean, it was only ever going to go one way, wasn't it? This was unbelievable stuff, and like we were in the booth, we just couldn't believe it.
Yeah, absolutely. Manuel Selman, 967 on his backhand, just
the Chilean.
Yeah, the Chilean absolutely destroying this one wave. He's a contender for Oakley Wave of the Week.
Selman, the Hellman, and absolutely leathered that right-hander. The crowd went wild up here. We were sort of choking on our microphones. Poof, great action.
Yeah, that was a great heat. And let's take a look also look at the highlights of that day of action. That was 2 days ago, and we did have a great day. Action-packed, some great surfing, a lot of high scores, a lot of excellent waves, a couple of close to 10-point rides, and look at this beautiful footage there.
Yeah, clean, wasn't it? This was our best day in terms of swell. It picked up, and in the morning we had beautiful conditions, and this was Georgie, who we're going to be seeing later on today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or very shortly, possibly, when we get that call.
He's going to surf with Yato Hara in the first semi-final.
What a clash of styles that's going to be. And this guy here, Sammy D'Souza, he didn't quite have it all his own way though, but an amazing surfer, this guy.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the nicest people we had a chance to interview in this event. Look at this beautiful water footage there and a drone footage. I mean, we have been mixing it up all week long with the footage, with the food, with the surfing, with the conditions, with the event. It kind of has been one of the good ones. As we see one more action, that was Jorgen Kuzini. And definitely a good day of action. How beautiful were the conditions. This is Yato Hara, who's going to surf with Marco Giorgi, the Uruguayan.
Can't wait to see Hiroto's son go nuts out there. Tim Bisso from Guadeloupe. And we had so many good performances. The waves were really fun. The scores were pretty massive throughout the day. And that's why it took only the best of the best to make it through.
Francisco Alves, Thiago Pires. Thiago Pires also putting on a show, got the ninth place here, sorry. And look at that, just a beautiful slashing turn. What we are used to seeing from the King of Portugal, actually, because Prince is now Frederico. And once again, we see Manuel Selman just absolutely obliterating those leaps. And yeah, I bet he was pretty stoked on that. But one thing I can tell that I've been noting on some contests is that the surfers who are really the standouts in the earlier rounds seldom win the event. So, you know, you want to save your best for last. Might be the correct strategy.
I'm bringing the same approach with my commentary. But I'm really well rested, had a great night's sleep, and I'm ready to go today. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It's all about peaking at the right time. I wonder which of our 4 remaining surfers is going to be able to do that today. There's only one way to find out. We're going to stand by shortly. We're going to hear from our contest director, Marcello. We're going to find out exactly what we're up to, but we are expecting to have surfing competition. It's pretty big out there, so there might even be... Well, we'll just wait for the official call to come through. We don't want to speculate too much. Well, we'll just remind ourselves of just how beautiful it looked on Friday. So gorgeous images these of the sun-drenched Praia de Santa Cruz. And what a great little part of the Portuguese coast it is. That's what we look like today. This is live, and that's us. And that's where we're at. We've got a little bit of wild and woolly stuff. And to find out exactly where we're at, I'm going to welcome back into the booth Marcello, contest director.
Good morning.
How you doing? All good?
Fine.
What's the decision for the day?
So yesterday we didn't have nothing. Today we have everything. It's pumping over there. Bit stormy, but we have waves and size enough to start the contest. The call was 10, and it's gonna start at 10:30.
Excellent. And just
30 minutes hit, and lunchtime will be rising the trophy.
epic. And also jet ski assist, right? It's pretty big out there, so there's jet ski assist for the surfers?
Yeah, we have 2 jet skis ready for some help that they need. They will ask for it. There is for sure that's going to be an opportunity of scoring in the inside section, so if they want to pedal out and try to catch some inside wave, they can do it, or if they want to go straight to the outside, they can ask for help for sure.
And what about, as someone that knows this beach so well, what about tactics? What do you think it's going to take to win today? What's the key to making sense of this stormy lineup?
Yeah, definitely it will be. It's not easy. It's not easy to choose a surfable and a score potential wave. So for sure it's going to be the choose, the wave, and of course a little bit luck because it's coming on the right, on the left, so
it's a bit all over the place.
It's a bit all over.
Well, absolutely. We wish our 4 semi-finalists all the best of luck for today. Marcello, we know you're a busy man today, important day for you. We'll let you get on and join us back live, 10:30 local time. We're going to be starting with semi-final number 1 of the Santa Cruz Pro presented by Oakley. Join us for it then.
Bye.
Não toda, mas se calhar prova do micro, mas esquerda já o mais possível. Ainda vai. ser. Vou tirá-la para tu ver. Hã? Já, sim. Devagar. Queres pôr no tripé?
Tô.
Podem ver Yato Hara de vermelho agora então a sair para o outside. Lá fora o Marco Giorgio anda ali à procura de sítio para surfar, para fazer um pouco de free surf também. Condições bem difíceis. Há também o nosso Kikas que foi experimentar.
A lei estava toda suja, mano. Tá bom.
Good morning once again, everybody. Welcome to the last day of the Pro Santa Cruz presented by Oakley. We are here straight from Praia da Vigia in Santa Cruz, just up north of Ericeira, down south from Peniche. And in the water now, it's going to be a first semi-final with the Japanese surfer Yato Hara and the Uruguayan Marco Giorgi. My name is Diogo Alpendre. Along me is Diogo Patrocínio. Good morning, Diogo. We're very excited to start.
Good morning, Diogo. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. You can see on your screen Marco Giorgi. Yesterday on the quarterfinals against Kano Igarashi, Marco Giorgi puts down some really nice show. And yeah, he sent off the WCT American, half Japanese Kano Igarashi with a bit of a controversy, but it's always like that. And up and riding.
Yep, first ride of the day. That's Marco Giorgi, the big guy. Oh, that was a bit of a bump there for the Uruguayan. Well, I'm going to tell you something. We were just looking at to the lineup just prior to the contest start today, and in all honesty, I don't know where they're going to serve. I mean,
Yeah, it's
the
difficult.
lineup is all over the place. The swell is getting bigger by the hour. The tide, the wind, it's all over the place. So in all honesty, I really don't know how they're gonna where they're gonna sit. I know they have the jet skis really close to them, so that they can, in case anything goes wrong or they want to move places, they can use it.
Yeah.
But it's going to take a bit of a while and a bit of some really good smartness and maybe a lot of a try and error to find the good ones here.
Yeah, it's a really storm day with a huge swell coming. But the good thing is that you said they have jet assist to the day, but it's going to be hard to find good scores. Look at this. It's really on shore, really stormy, a bit of rain also, so it's gonna be difficult but you know what, for the surfers. But you know what, they somehow are already used to these kind of conditions in the QS events. Happens a lot, so I also think that beside of that, of all the bad conditions, we're gonna see some really nice surf and really good surf, and hopefully no, for sure we're gonna crown the champions of the Pro Santa Cruz presented by Oakley today. First wave, first score for the surfer from Uruguay, Marco Giorgi. It's a 317, so maybe it's a throwaway.
It might just be a throwaway for the Marco Giorgi. We're going to have to wait. Today we're going to have 35-minute heats. That's 10 extra minutes from the last day of competition. And let's see how the guys really use those extra 10 minutes. Like Diogo said, the lineup is a bit messy, so they're going to have to use it to find the good ones. This is Marco Giorgi. Tried to go over that section, but then... well, he did go around that section, but then he was surprised by a little bump on the wave. Now Giorgi finding a left there. Look at how stormy the conditions are and how these guys are still putting up some good scores and finding some good opportunities. That was Marco Giorgi.
Yeah, really nice wave. Let's take a look to the replay, because I missed those first two turns, I think. So I really want to see. Because I think it's going to be the best wave of the heat so far.
Only the second wave for Marco Giorgi, second wave of the heat. Okay, there we go. This is the wave from its start.
Oh.
Nice turn from Marco.
Yeah. Second one, yeah, he's trying to put something on the scores, and it was a really nice job by Marco Giorgi. Marco Giorgi is a really great surfer. In Uruguay, there are some really nice waves. He's completely used to come here to Europe to do some QSs and around the world also. So, yeah, Marco Giorgi had a lot of experience, and it's a great surfer, a powerful surfer, and he managed to find that left-hander with 2 turns and then a finish. So it's going to be an interesting score. It's always difficult, the first heat of the day. It's difficult to everybody, to the surfers, to the judges, to the water patrol. Serginho told me that it's completely freezing out there. A lot of wind, a lot of bumps. And
Yeah, just the other day I was talking with Antonio Silva, one of our jet ski guys, and he was telling me that he's wearing 2 wetsuits, as we see. Oh, Yato Hara, he tried to get that one wave, but
that's not usual to see Yato Hara.
I think he was surprised by a bump or something on that wave, huh?
Yeah. Look at the lineup. Marco Giorgio again up and riding.
Look at that, Giorgio just going.
Seems that you're gonna have some nice second section.
Oh! Yeah, that was a lot of projection out of that turn, and he went absolutely down, Giorgio, on that wave.
And Marco is already his 3rd wave, I think.
Yep, we are still waiting on scores.
Yeah, meanwhile, Yato Hara just the first. Oh, look at that score from that left-hander from Marco Giorgi. 667.
Yep, a 667 for Marco. Yato needs to answer back, but there's still so much time to go that he will probably do so.
It's completely open.
29 minutes to go then. And we had a great day of action just the other day. That was Friday. We had a great swell, some offshore winds.
Perfect conditions.
But yeah, everyone surfed 3 heats. We were looking at the possibility of finishing the contest then, but you know, the guys surfing 5 heats in a day is just too tiring. And this is the replay of the 667 of Marco Giorgi. That first turn is where the money pretty much comes from. But nevertheless, Marco finding some good opportunities in this lineup and putting it to use.
But if you remember, in the end of the day, in Friday, the onshore came.
And then it switched off.
It switched off to the onshore, and it was quite. I think there was 2 minutes left of the last heat of the day. So.
Yeah, we had a great day, but then the wind just switched on and turned from the offshore switch was off and the onshore switch was on, and it started howling, and it really those direction changes just come from nowhere and change everything around. As we see Marco Giorgi up and riding, this look like it might just be a good wave. Look at that. He's gonna go over that section and he's out of there.
It's completely on fire. Marco Giorgi paddling a lot.
Doesn't seem too frazzled, puzzled by the conditions there, Giorgi, does he? It's just and he has quite a reading of the lineup there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's finding these waves. Yato is still really looking for his first good effort, but Marco.
Yeah, all over the place, right-handers, left-handers, and I really want to see the replay because the first hit was a huge hit. Really nice control on the bottom turn, vertical approach, and then bam, really, really nice stuff by Marco Giorgi.
Meanwhile, Yato Hara still hasn't gotten a good wave.
Thanks, guys, for the replay.
And this is the replay of this one wave of Marco Giorgi we just saw.
That combo was, really, really nice stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if he improves that backup score. It's only at 317.
Yato Hara, look at that, a great slashing turn from the Japanese surfing, going straight to the lip. A somersault there for the Japanese.
Yeah.
He started off good, but where is he? There he is. It took him a while to come up after that.
Yeah.
That just comes to show what power is in the water today.
Yeah, I can tell you that, man. There's a lot of strength and a lot of energy in the water right now. Let's watch the replay. That was good. A lot of rail.
But he was so late to this turn.
Yeah.
He really needed to hit that earlier if he wanted to finish that up. But, you know, still, that was he's just trying a bit to just find something and
Yeah.
start his heat. He still has 25 minutes. Just 2/3 of the heat are still going. As we're gonna take a look at the replay of the last one of Marco Giorgi. This is the 6-7-3. We still haven't said the score, but that was Marco's last wave. And now
it's the best wave. It's his high score.
yeah, it's his best wave so far. As we see Antonio Silva and Marco Giorgi just not sure exactly
Sharing
what's going
out. I don't know. Just rest a bit on
Yeah.
the jet ski, maybe.
Yeah, not really sure what's happening there.
Maybe they want to move.
Maybe he wants to change his place in the lineup.
But I think that Hiroto is also in the jet ski.
Yeah, we saw him get on the jet ski earlier, but yeah, I wasn't really sure of what he wanted to do. As we see Hiroto, is he paddling for this one? No, he's not. The waves
Maybe-
have size, have energy.
Oh,
The wind
Marco
isn't
Giorgio went to the South Peak, I think,
Mm.
and Hiroto Oaro stick to the plan. Stays
Hiroto-
on the North Point.
Yato Hara with a 3-3-3 on his first wave. He's in need of a combination total of 1341 to go to first. The Japanese surfer trying to get something going. He still has plenty of time going. 2/3 of the heat still to go through
Yeah.
for the Japanese surfer and the Uruguayan, of course. But for now, Giorgi.
2 days ago was a normal hit, 25 minutes, so plenty of time.
Exactly.
That's right.
See, it kind of looks calm, but when the sets come and then the wind howls. Just this morning when we woke up, it was really, really, really stormy. The rain was pouring. I could hear it from outside of my hotel window, just pouring, just smashing the windows. It was a
Yeah.
really powerful rain. It was really trying to power through those glass walls, but fortunately the rain stopped, the wind died off a little bit.
Yeah.
It's still pretty windy, but it isn't as windy as it was this morning. And forecast says it's gonna pick up again later on today, so we won't have the event wrap up by then.
Yeah. The swell increases, the period increases also, so the wind increases too, so it's gonna be worst by the end of the day.
Yeah, look at that. That's the strong onshore wind we're feeling here in Santa Cruz. Just a reminder, we're trying to really make the most out of this window between the rain stopping and the wind picking up again to really finish off this contest.
Yeah.
Crown our champions and really be happy about that we are making the most out of the conditions that are on offer. That's Yato Hara. Just looking all over the place.
Look at the lineup.
Yeah, messy lineup at the moment.
It's impossible to read something.
A lot of
You have to
energy
be
going
a
on.
bit lucky in this kind of conditions.
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
I think it's not you that choose the wave, it's the wave that chooses you to go and let you go. So Hiroto is paddling. Yesterday Yato Hara in his quarterfinals against Jorgen Cousinet, the Reunion Islands surfer, puts down some really nice show to all the people that came in the beach in a beautiful day, sunshine, almost a summer day. And yeah, Jorgen Cousinet is in really nice shape. Last year, in the 1000 event from last year, he reached the semifinals, and this year almost done it. But Yato Hara with a great performance went through with a really nice score. I don't remember the score, but something like 18 points or 16. I can't remember. But situation still the same. Yato Hara 3-3 and a 0.67. Looking for a combination of 13-41. So he needs 2 waves to
This
get
is
through Marco.
This is
Marco.
Georgie once again. Look at the size of this wave. Going for a big arcing turn there. Georgie, one more slashing that. It's going to hit this section.
Yes.
It's a bit of a fatter kind of wave, a bit more, not one of those steep ones that the Georgie got on his 2.6s.
But nice job.
But a nice job there for Marco. The wave was had more of an open face, a bit more laid down kind of wave. But still, Georgie. Not sure if he's going to improve that. As we see O'Hara paddling, Hiroto seems a bit lost out there, doesn't he?
Yeah, his body language says that. Always paddling, always trying to find something. It's hard.
Yep. Japan does get a lot of wind swells and wind-affected conditions, so
Yeah.
Hiroto is probably not too impressed about having to surf in these conditions, in the sense that he probably does that at home quite a lot. But nevertheless, Hiroto a bit lost at the moment. Let's take a look at the replay from a different angle, from the front angle there for Georgie. You can see that there wasn't much of a rail approach, but that second turn was money. Sorry, what I wanted to say was that there's definitely some more rail approach, not an off-the-lip kind of approach. Sorry for the mix-up there. But yeah, Marco Giorgi might just
Really nice
improve
job.
his score.
Yeah, really nice job. But as you said, in Japan, there are a lot of conditions similar to this. If you remember a contest back in the days, right below a highway, when I think Thiago Pires went to semis or something. And
He did back in the day.
You remember
he really
that
did.
really stormy conditions. I don't remember who won that contest. Something like Andy Irons or something like that. But I remember that the
I think it
Portuguese
was
tiger,
against. I think it was against Andy Irons.
Andy Irons. I remember that Thiago Pires puts down some really nice performance there back in the days. I think it was a QS event. It was a prime event. I don't remember, but like something like 2000, 2001. So Yato Hara is not a surprise for him to surf these conditions, but he's quite a bit lost.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
70 minutes on the way, so half hit, and Yato Hara only has a 4 point of total scores, a 3.33 and a 0.67. And I think we are waiting for scores for the last of Marco Giorgi, or maybe not.
Maybe not. Maybe not. As we see once again, Giorgi taking a look at the one wave, but decided not to go, and that was definitely a good call, as there wasn't much out there for him. Some water photographers, good people just trying.
Hard job, man.
Trying to get something going out of this first heat and this last day of competition here at the Pro Santa Cruz, presented by Oakley. Have a bit of a shy sun starting to show up. Some blue skies here and there. You can't really tell from your screen, but looking out the window where we are, there's definitely a little bit of a blue sky there.
Yeah. Meanwhile, back on live action, it's a pretty slow hit, but it's normal. That's why we have 35 minutes. Right next, we're gonna have the second semi-final. The Portuguese city surfer Frederico Morais against Thiago Camarao. You know what? With these kind of conditions, maybe they are going to be the two best surfers out there.
Well, Marco.
I don't know.
Yep.
Also, Marco is a
Marco is surfing good.
yeah, and he kind of
South America does get a lot of wind-affected conditions too, as
Yeah.
we see Yato Hara just an in and out for him.
Yeah.
Not really sure why he paddled for that wave, because it didn't look like much from the start. But of course, Hiroto sawing something there, and really deciding to give it a paddle. This is Marco Jorge's backup board.
Yeah.
Look at that pretty lady on his board. And we can tell that it's a Chile surfboard,
yeah,
and that Marco Jorge
really
likes
nice.
redheads.
really nice design. Yeah, it's interesting because Goni Zubizarreta also loves to draw some good designs on his boards.
Look at Hiroto. If I was Hiroto, I would paddle for this one wave, because it looks like it's gonna stand up. Oh, but well, that's the reason why Hiroto is a professional surfer and we're not, because he can tell much faster and easier than us, and much better which ones are gonna be the good ones. Looks like the wave of Marco Giorgi didn't go into his top two waves, and now, yep, that's Hiroto Hara up and riding. That was a first turn for Hiroto. That was a good one also. And look at that, just smashing the leap there. Well, finally, Hiroto really starting his heat with 14 minutes to go, still plenty of time. And what happens sometimes in these kind of conditions is that you just need one wave to trigger your heat. And Hiroto finally finding a good one. He might just get in tune at the moment, and he might just start finding all the waves he needs. Look at that. He had to draw a big bottom turn to really hit that section. I really like this turn. Look at that.
Yeah.
That wasn't an easy section, and still he pushed his tail, released it a little bit, and then there he is calling for the jet ski assist. And I'm not surprised. Having to paddle in these kind of conditions, it's quite a bit of a struggle. But there you go, Hiroto just jumping on the jet ski with the Portuguese guy, Antonio Silva driving, and this is Marco Giorgi answering back, Diogo.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a big section to hit.
Really nice hit there. Another one off the top, and
this is gonna be a good wave for Marco.
Yeah.
He's still going, and he's gonna wrap it up. He is. Wow. Well. That
really nice job by Marco Giorgi.
How big was that wave in the start, huh?
Yeah, that first hit was insane. The second one with a lot of red, a lot of spray. Let's watch the replay.
That
Look
first
at this.
section was a big
It
one.
double up and then bam! Almost an hair drop. Now look at this. Putting some rail, and then the re-entry was really good. And then another one.
That board
with
looks
another double up.
Absolutely, that board looks really good on Giorgi's feet.
Yeah.
Look at that.
When
That
Marco
was a
Giorgi
big
can
section, and Marco, no fear attacking that one, and a slashing turn just in front of that big double up, connecting the dots on that third turn, and just getting some speed going to finish it off. I wouldn't be surprised if comparing to the other two waves he has, I wouldn't be surprised to see this wave going into the excellent range.
Yeah.
5.83 for the last of O'Hara, needing a 7.57, Diogo. But with Giorgi about to improve his situation, look at that, 8.5 for Marco Giorgi, and now Hiroto needs a 9.4 to move to first. Yeah, like we said, we were expecting an excellent score, and he definitely got it.
Yeah, and the surf of Marco Giorgi, he could surf every kind of conditions, always good, you know, always put some really nice scores. And if you see the last hits of the last rounds of Marco Giorgi, always with good performance, always with high scores. And look at the replay again of the 8.5, really nice job there. And then he got a lucky section there for another more re-entry and a bit more points to put on his high score. So Hiroto Ohara with that 5.83 stays off the combination, but right now he's needing again almost a 10-point ride, a 9.4.
He needs a massive score, Hiroto.
Yeah.
As
10
we see
minutes.
someone paddling and riding, it's Marco Giorgi just trying to better that 6-7-3. Goes for an air in this kind of conditions. Marco Giorgi doesn't seem phased at all. He's checking his equipment to see if everything was there. Looked like that fin was a bit loose, but Marco, for him, everything's good. So he might just keep on going on.
And then, Diogo, you can see just beside us Thiago Camarão warming up, listen some music. That was nice because with the storm today we came to the point of the beach marshal used to be, and now Thiago Camarão came here to asking for his lycra, and I said no, actually the beach marshal today it's in another. It's
Yep.
in another place, man.
It's the third time we steal the beach marshal's spot in this
in this event, yeah.
Under 10 minutes to go. We have Marco Giorgi really close to Hiroto. Hiroto hearing the scores from Marco and wanting to be really close to him so that he can get some of those good waves that the Uruguayan is getting. That's where the judges are. That's the judges' truck with a really nice balcony up top. That white tint on the right. On the left of the truck, if you prefer it that way, is where we are. Really close to the surfers area. Looks like Hiroto's gonna paddle for this wave. He does not.
It's really hard to read the conditions right now, but look at the scores of Marco Giorgi. 15 points, 15.23.
Yeah, well, in this kind of conditions, he deserves a medal.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, that's why these guys are professional surfers.
Yeah,
they really know how to read every type of condition.
And you know what? With 8 minutes remaining, Yato Hara is still in the game because it's there are too many waves, and with luck, he can find 2 waves in 5 minutes, like Marco Giorgi have done on the last few minutes. So Yato Hara can really change the game with 2 waves. There is time for that. He's looking to this one, but he duck dives. Meanwhile, Marco Giorgi is trying to reach Yato Hara, is trying to chase him, but he have to fight against the ocean and against the wind. So 7 minutes remaining. Priority with Yato Hara, but under priority, Marco Giorgi is up and riding again, but it's an in and out. So maybe just to go closer to Yato Hara, just to mark him for the last 6 minutes. It's a quite slow hit, but
yeah, the last 15 minutes have been really, really quiet, really calm.
But you know what? There's a lot of people in the beach right now. As you said, the sun is out, and there's a few people here enjoying the place, enjoying the contest.
As we see Frederico Morais, surfer in red in the next heat. That's the Prince of Portugal.
The new Prince of Portugal.
The new Prince of Portugal. He's all warmed up. He was out surfing just before his semi-final, this first semi-final, so he knows what is expecting him this morning. Not sure if the other guys got a free surf on also, but Frederico really did.
Yato Hara was the first guy in the water.
There we go.
In the morning. I would love to see the kind of boards they are using in these kind of conditions.
Maybe some bigger boards there, as we see Giorgi up and riding once again. Look how well and fast he keeps that board moving. He's gonna go for a nothing there, but look how well he transfers his weight from rail to rail, just generating the maximum possible speed. The waves have power, but still, he's trying to make the most out of those opportunities to really transfer the rail, just generate speed to when the right section really stands up. He has all the speed necessary to do that kind of power surfing that we have seen of him and that we really enjoy seeing and that the judges like to. We are in the final 5 minutes of this heat. Giorgi in the lead. O'Hara needing one of the best waves of the contest, a 9.4. Let's see if he has the chance to do that. I'm not really sure. As we see Thiago Camarao, the Brazilian surfer.
The Shrimpy.
He was really close to qualify some years back. As we see Yato Hara, big turn for Yato. This is a really good way for him and a smashing turn to finish things off, and he's happy. But he probably knows that's not going to be the 9.4, and he will want to pedal out as fast, pedal out to the lineup once again and go back to the lineup actually as fast as possible. He's going to improve his situation, that's for sure. But it doesn't really matter. For me, it doesn't matter if Yato makes it in this heat or not, because the surfing he has been doing all week long has impressed me so much. As we see again, Yato, really good combination of turns. But I think Marco's waves have allowed him to do more turns, and that has been kind of the difference so far in this heat. Of course, that 8.5, the wave was big. The wave had really steep sections. Marco hit them well. But the pair of sixes that he got with 10 minutes in this heat were similar waves to Hiroto's, but they allowed them to do some more turns that the waves of Yato didn't really allow him to. So let's see the score. It's a 7.5 for Yato. So wow, the judge is really, really liking that combination of backside heats for the Japanese, and the heat is still pretty much open, with the Japanese now needing a 7.74. But look at that cat and mouse game with Marco Giorgi. Really, really close to.
It's what I said before. In one wave, he puts you on the game again, and right now, 2.5 minutes remaining, and Yato Hara, it's completely in. And you know, with one wave like this and hearing the score, it motivates you for the last 2 minutes. So he's going to chase a wave, try to sell one wave to Marco Giorgi, because Marco Giorgi now is blocking him with priority. So Yato has to sell something to Marco Giorgi and then catch a wave and put down that score, that 7.74. Under 2 minutes, 2 minutes remaining. A lot of tension right now in the water. You can see by the body languages of the two surfers there. Yato paddling hard and Marco Giorgi just behind him. Look at that. They almost touch the elbows. I like to see this. You want to win, you have to pay it. There are some wave over there. Maybe Yato Hara wants this wave. No.
1
Just a
minute to
push
go.
to go away from Marco Giorgi.
Yeah.
Last minute.
But Marco is a big guy, huh? Big
Yeah,
arms.
yeah.
And they're 1 minute to go. Look at that. They're really close to each other.
And Marco is 1 minute away from the final here in Portugal, Santa Cruz, Praia do Alemão. Beautiful beach out here between Ericeira and Peniche. the second event in 2 years. Last year 1,000, this year 3,000.
20 seconds.
It was a good upgrade. 15 seconds is nothing on the line. I think that Marco Giorgi is gonna move forward to the final. Yeah, and that's the fair play. That's what we like to see.
Exactly. That's exactly it. A really good handshake there from the boys. And congratulations, Marco Giorgi, on moving on to the next round. He's gonna serve in about 35 to 45 minutes, as we see a nice heat from Hiroto to get out of the water. He shouldn't be too sad about the losing, because he did a great job in this event. Nevertheless, got some good points going on, and he's going to have some good momentum going to the 6,000 event that's going to happen that's going to take place in his country, Japan, in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, official results of this heat on your screen. Uruguay's Marco Giorgi taking the win, with Hiroto in second place. This is the man of the moment, who just won his heat for semi-final. We are going on a short commercial break, and we will be right back with Diogo and Paul for the call. Stay with us.
I started surfing when I was 3. Now it's about the chase of a world title. It's maneuvers that haven't been done before. Places in the world that haven't been surfed before. It's never ending. I'm Julian Wilson, and I can't stop.
Welcome back to Santa Cruz, and in the water, massive semi-final. This one, Frederico Morais of Portugal takes on Thiago Camarao from Brazil. Wow.
And he's up and running already.
Shrimpy straight down to business in the blue there. Didn't waste any time getting started. 35-minute heats. We're going to decide which of these two gentlemen will be joining Marco Giorgi in the final.
Yeah.
And of course, a massive 3,000 qualifying series points up for grab, which is a way to turn a season around in terms of QS. We reckon that's in terms of guys that are going to qualify. That'll be one of your keeper results. So huge, potentially huge result for someone. Here, there's Federico on the screen. And of course, he's not only on the QS doing some events this year, but he's surfing on the CT. Let's see what he's got as he opens his account here. And he's got a meaty first section. He'll tuck under the lip for kind of a little bit of tube time.
Yeah.
And kick out.
Yeah. 1.67 for Frederico Morais and 0.50 to Thiago Camarao. And yesterday on the free day, I saw some footages from Thiago Camarao. Just really relaxed time playing football with the kids of Robertson Gonçalves and trying to put the pressure away. So he's completely on this event, and he's trying a win.
Yeah, he's
here.
a great competitor. He's got the surfing obviously, but he's also competitively razor sharp. Doesn't give anything away. Makes very few mistakes, and tactically he brings it all to the party. Let's check out Kikush as he goes left this time. And he'll snap a first turn in the pocket, and he'll bank around again. A beautiful second maneuver there for Federico. And he'll just stab this thing through to the inside.
and kicks out, but nice little backhand re-entry there, plenty of spray, found a good little pocket.
Really nice job there. And Frederico Morais, his backhand is really sharp, is really powerful. I think on the next CT event in Saquarema with that long left-handers, he's gonna be good up there. Let's watch the replay from Frederico. Nice turn there, and look at that bottom turn. Yeah, a lot of spray in the air, another cutback, and it's gonna be his first good score, I think. It was the first wave, and we have already Diogo Alpendre with the first finalist, Marco Giorgi.
Yep, that's it, boys. I'm here with Marco. Marco, you've been stopping here at the post-heat interview all event long. I don't know what more to ask you. Any type of conditions doesn't seem to get on your mind. You seem to be going, you just don't care, just want to surf. I mean, what has been your secret all week long?
I don't know, I had a really good, just feeling good all week. The start of the week was my birthday, and I've been positive all week, and I wanted to go out and surf, anyways, like whatever the waves we're doing, I was just happy to be surfing, and I don't know what to say. I'm just being positive, really, and being happy, and things been going my way, so I'm super happy.
Tell me a bit about the conditions this morning, in the sense, well, everyone can see how the conditions are, but tell me a bit what was your strategy there, finding those waves, because those 2 sixes, you found them on the same place, and that helped you build your heat.
Yeah, that definitely built the confidence, to get the third one, which was the best one. I don't know, it's really hard out there. You look at it from the beach, and you don't see anything, you just see white water everywhere and current and all that. So I think the strategy was to get moving, like not stay and not sit and not wait, because there's nothing to wait. There's not a peak that you go and you see it and you go out and it's there. So I think, sometimes you catch a bad wave and it puts you in the position for the good one. So you gotta have the flow, So that was the strategy, to catch waves, and not get the jet ski too much. Just to, when you paddle back, sometimes you see a good one on the inside and stuff like that. So just catch waves, really.
Catch waves, trying to be in sync with the ocean. Now, the second semifinals in the water. Frederico against Thiago. Who'd you rather surf with?
Thiago. Frederico is an amazing surfer. Of course, he's a local, he's a favorite, but Thiago is my friend for a long time. We traveled together, and we're really good friends, so it'll be really epic to have him in the final. I'll be cheering for him, I think.
There you go. First and foremost, happy birthday to Giorgi. Just turned, what did you turn?
29.
29 the other day?
Feeling 19, though.
There we go. And good luck for the final.
Thanks, buddy.
Back to you guys in the booth.
Thanks, Diogo. Really nice interview with the first finalist here in the Pro Santa Cruz, presented by Oakley. Let's watch some replays from during the interview. Thiago Camarao on his right-hander, a double up there, bam! Really nice air attempt, and this was Frederico Morais. Look at this bottom turn, bam! What a huge turn there for Frederico Morais. Just one, but really huge. And he puts down a 6.23 with one hit. Maybe? No, maybe. I don't know.
I think, yeah, it might be. I think it's going to be interesting, but the judges, it's not the kind of conditions where you can take off and get 3 or 4 turns all the way to the beach. It might be just an opportunity to find in one section. So I think the judges are going to be really concentrating on being quite specific and breaking down the exact sort of technicality of each individual maneuver, and even going up into that good or even better range of just one turn. So it could well be that.
Yeah, we have seen that before. Victor Mendes a few days ago puts down a 10-point ride with just one maneuver. It was a hair maneuver, but yeah, it was just one.
There we go. So 26 minutes and 30 remaining in the second semi. We just heard from Marco Giorgi. He reckons he wants to surf against Camarao, his good buddy in the final, his travelling partner, but Frederico Morais will probably have something to say about that himself. He'd love to get in the final here. Of course, it's Sunday in Portugal. We've got a big, strong, healthy crowd down the beach. Hopefully, Plenty of people watching online as well, and a lot of them, locally anyway, are supporting this guy as we watch him airdrop into the bowl and tag a nice section, pretty steep, and then he'll just float over again. Beautifully done, nicely surfed. Found a wave that was steep, critical, and he surfed it really well.
But so we have 2 waves ridden by Frederico Morais during the interview. So one of that waves were 7.5, man. So completely on fire, Frederico Morais. 3 waves. The first 2 waves, a couple of 6s, and now 7.5, almost an excellent score. So Frederico Morais is trying to listen something, but it's going to be hard.
Yeah, I wonder what the jet ski pilot was talking on the phone then. I wonder what he's having a chat about.
Yeah.
He's maybe making plans for dinner, or be a round of golf this afternoon, maybe a quick 9 holes.
Or the after party.
Or that, of course. Or that. So Morais in the driving seat, 7.5. Let's have another look at it. And he goes deep off the bottom into that bottom turn, that strong bottom turn. And he'll just tag another nice hit. Made sure he got 2 maneuvers in, and he squeezed them in. A nice little steep pocket there, Frederico. He goes up to that very good range, almost tickling excellence. 7.5 for him. Goes with a 6.33, and it's put him out in front by a pretty solid margin so far. And Camarao, he's had this event's gone most of his way. He's been in the lead through most of his heats. He had that sort of awkward one against Marc Lacomar, where essentially the waves stopped breaking and they kind of chased each other up the beach a bit.
So funny.
But other than that, everything's kind of gone his way pretty much from start to finish. Well, he's got a different set of challenges facing him here. He's some way behind, and he's got a little bit left to do as we go down. 24 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. That's the breakdown on your screen, and at the moment he's looking for a 9.83.
Yeah, almost a perfect score, but as I said before, with these kind of conditions, you kind of have time to put down 2 or 3 or 4 waves.
Signals from the beach.
Yeah.
Signals from the crew on the beach. Our surfers using every kind of advantage they can get.
It's Nuno Morais, the father of Frederico Morais there. Used to be his trainer when he was a kid. It's a really nice family, a typical Portuguese family with a really good sportsman. And the response of Tiago Camarao on the left-hander, now a foam climb after a great hit. The first hit was impressive stuff. But as I said before, the Morais family had a lot of good athletes. Nuno, his father, was a really good rugby player here in Portugal. His uncle was the trainer of the national team of rugby that reached the World Cup in 2007.
Yeah.
The first amateur team to go to a World Cup of rugby in 2007. It was Portugal.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right, good hit there from Camarao, and it's going to help him out a bit. It's not, I wouldn't necessarily say he's back in it, but he scores ahead in the right direction. And he gets a 4.93 for that thing, and he's still looking for 8.9, but he's got plenty of time, 22.5 minutes remaining in this one. You see the pull-back shot there about the lineup. The guys are sitting about halfway out the back, so they're sticking to the shorey. There are waves breaking way outside it. Picked up massively overnight. We had a big storm blow in. It was all on the forecast. It was pretty small down here yesterday. Almost, not really, it's just kind of 1 foot of chop. And wisely, the contest decision makers thought, no, let's hang on for tomorrow. It's going to be on shore, but at least we're going to have some size.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we got here today.
But it's interesting how much the conditions change in just a few hours in here. It's impressive. We have 2 days of strong onshore. Let's look to Tiago Camarao, but it's an in and out. The first 2 days with a bit of onshore, a bit of side shore, and then the third day with perfect offshore winds. Then the other day, flat conditions, and today, we have 8 feet there, 6 feet.
Yeah, well, as our veteran beach announcer Nuno Joné said this morning, it's not a surf contest if you don't have a storm. You got to have a storm to make it a real QS event.
That's it.
So we had one blow in last night. We battened down the hatches here, all the tents, but we're all still here. No one went missing.
You remember, you've been there on Ericeira in the World Junior Championship. They went to the to the village to do the contest.
Yep,
Actually on a fisherman's beach.
Yeah,
I think
inside
it's the
the
name.
harbour, basically.
Yeah.
Yep, and well, we have waited till our final day of competition. Great use of the waiting period by Iconis Director by using the surf forecast, and here we are. We've got some solid swell out there. Conditions kind of tricky, and a bit of paddling, bit of dealing with rips and all that sort of stuff. But Federico at the moment making a pretty good fist of this one. He looks kind of interested here, but he'll be feeling pretty strong. He's a good place to be. You've already nailed a couple of scores. You can afford to just be that little bit more patient. Pressure's off. You can just kind of surf your own game.
Yeah. He's in the lead. He had the priority. Thiago Camarao now is chasing 8.9. So it's a big score there.
Yeah, Shrimpy's going to want to get his skates on, but if we've learnt one thing about this guy, he's not the kind of guy to give up or roll over very easy.
He never quits.
He's going to be in this right to the horn, so let's see if he can pull something out of the bag, but he's been second best in terms of wave selection. He's had waves that kind of just fizzled out pretty much straight from takeoff or shut down. He hasn't really had a chance to tee off against the lip. Let's see as time ticks down. Under 20 minutes, let's see if he can get something going there. He's just paddling, heading back down towards Federico's hanging. There's the support crew on the beach cheering on the local boy, Federico, and he'd love to take out a win here.
That's the Nuno Morais, his father. Always see him. So under 20 minutes remaining. Priority still with Federico Morais. The tide is getting low every minute. I think the low tide today is at 12:30, something like that. So maybe when we reach the low tide, you're gonna have the final in the water, something like that. Yeah, something like that.
It's the view of our lineup, pretty jumbled stuff. You almost get slightly kind of seasick when you see the tight shot, and you see them kind of raging rips going sideways up the face. There's plenty to deal with out there. Classic QS conditions. It's what it's like on the big jobs, and that's what we got today. So kind of onshore, wild and woolly, but it's definitely still some good scoring potential. We saw some very healthy scores for Georgie in the last heat.
Yeah.
Federico got himself a 7.5 in this one, so plenty of potential. This man here.
That's the normal in Santa Cruz, you know. We have here a lot of days like this, so.
All right, Shrimp, he's got something going. Here goes Thiago Camarao, the Brazilian. And he just kind of had to readjust that turn. Never really got to take on the lip. And he'll bring it through under an inside. Then he'll find a little section to tag. But this isn't the sort of stuff he's after, really. It's going to be similar to what he'd had before, those 3s and 4s, that kind of stuff. He really needs to find something with a meaty section outside and attack it relatively early on. But it's not a lot he can do. It's just in terms of what the wave offers, and that one there, he just had to wait and try and find himself an inside, but it's going to drain a bit of energy paddling back out and also take a little bit of time off the clock. I'm not sure this is particularly going to help his cause in terms of his score.
Yeah, it was a pretty fat wave. Nice turn there, but it was only one, and it was a fat wave with no power, lack of energy on that wave.
So there he is, getting a few on the head and making his way back out, and still going to have plenty of time, but he's probably going to want to go to work on both those scores at the moment. Just on a 4.93 and a 4, we're waiting for that score to drop in, but we don't think it's going to be anything particularly exciting.
Yeah, nothing major.
It comes in as a 3.37. It is a throwaway, so it doesn't affect all that much. It's still that man there in red, the new Prince of Portugal, as he's been crowned. And he's sitting there in the driving seat in this one.
Yeah, because Kikas sounds a little bit bad. Sounds like Kick-Ass. So they changed the nickname.
He's having a little look at that one, decides not to go. He'll let it go. He'll stay in the lineup. Not sure priority is particularly important when the lineup's like this and so spread out, but he does have that priority. And he's going to wait for someone else to come in, but he's looking pretty confident. Still plenty of time left, but he'll be thinking, I'm on the right path. I'm on the right trajectory towards getting into this final. But let's see if he gets something in the next couple of minutes. It's been quiet now for about 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah, I think that the rip with the low tide pull him to the outside. So right now he's paddling a bit to the inside, closer to Thiago Camarao. And there are 16 minutes remaining for the last semi. We have already on the final the South America surfer from Uruguay, Marco Giorgi, with some really nice performance all over the contest. Passing through the days.
Whoop, Shrimpy's having a look. He likes the look of this thing. He's getting himself in position. Look at that rip going up the face. And he goes right, driving down the line. He'll go around the first section. Then he gets fat. Finds a little face to kind of snap on. And he'll bring it all the way through. He goes with a punt and lands it. There's the air reverse, and he likes it. And he likes it a lot, and he'll feel that he's right back in this now.
Really nice job.
Be really interesting to see where this goes score-wise.
Yeah.
Really interesting. And he's asking for the ski to come in and pick him up, and he's going to sit on the back and just hopefully listen to a healthy number drop from his point of view. Let's go to the replay here. Plenty of speed. Got that kind of effortless style as he claws down the line. A little snap, and then he saw this little ramp here and punted nice and tail high. A pretty smooth rotation.
With the tweak over there, with the back foot, a hinge grab, but let's watch the first snap just to put him in the line, and then watch. Bam, and then a tweak with the back foot. Really nice stuff, Thiago Camarao. Yeah.
Didn't really see that coming myself. I thought he was going to go to the inside and get a couple of kind of lukewarm snaps, but nice little maneuver for him, reversing above the lip in the air in the strong onshore sit at Santa Cruz.
It's an 893, I think. I think it was an 893. If it is, he go straight to first.
That's his total. His total is 893 for his two
total
previous
is
scores.
893. Okay.
We're
waiting for scores.
Waiting for scores to come in. It's going to be an interesting number, this one, in terms of the context of this heat. And Federico might have to pull his socks up here as well. But let's see. Still very much in the driving seat. The man there in red, of course, on the championship tour this year. So it comes in as a 693.
693.
So he pretty much split Federico's scores in half, and he's back in this contest now looking for 691.
Yeah.
He's got one score posted on the board, and that's what he needed to do. It's taken him a long time to get that score. He's had throwaways and throwaways. He's back in it now. He's going to get in the lineup with about 13 minutes to go. It's still advantage Morais, but Camarao, who is dangerous, needing a 691. Of course, that's assuming Federico doesn't post anything higher himself in the meantime.
Yeah, I think that Federico, he had the priority. He have the priority, but I think with these kind of conditions, you have to move and start paddling and always looking for an opportunity of a wave. If you stay too much time in sitting on your board, you're gonna miss some good opportunities. So right now, I think that Federico Morais needs to start moving and to start chasing waves. It's in the lead, you have the priority, but with these kind of conditions, having the priority doesn't mean anything. Because, yeah, you've seen the past few days, Vasco Ribeiro, for example, it lost with priority because Miguel Tudela puts down a really frontside air and turned the game on to his advantage.
12 on the clock, and that man there, Camarao, is back in the game now, looking for 691. He's going to have the bit between his teeth, this guy. He knows how to put a heat together, and he's going to have a go on this one. You just see that rip kind of makes some of the waves stand up, but it's a pretty complicated lineup in terms of reading it. Sometimes you just sort of got to pull the trigger and go. It's Federico now, and they probably heard that last score. He's got a nice looking lump of water. He has a little tentative paddle, and then he also decides that isn't really doing it for me, so he's just keeping himself inside, paddling back in. This rip kind of raging sideways, kind of from the right of your screen, and then dragging outside as this tide drops off. So a bit of paddling involved out there, a bit of physicality. Both of these guys, very fit young men, but Federico, well, you wouldn't want to take him on the paddling race, would you, probably? There he is there, still in the lead, and the clock's ticking down.
I'm trying to figure it out where the guys are in the lineup. I think they are quite just in the middle of the beach, between the South Peak and the North Peak.
Camarao, live action, gets a little bit caught. It's a smaller wave for him, and that's not going to do a whole lot in terms of score. He's going to make his way back out, but just staying busy. The busier approach there for the Brazilian. But that one, a smaller wave, and nothing really on offer for him in terms of points. Federico's been a bit more patient out the back since he posted his good score, his 7.5. He's kind of been holding court in the lineup. He's waiting for something decent to come, and he doesn't really need to go chasing sort of small, pointless scores. So just saving that energy, so important. And he's going to wait for something decent to come in. And the clock's ticking down, 10 minutes and 15 to go. It's still Camarao in the hunt. Are we going to see a come from behind? Or are we going to see Federico, the people's favourite, certainly in this part of the world, make his way into a final? He's having a little look here, and he likes it. He's going to go left, and he's up and riding on the backhand. He's got a good-looking steep first section. He'll crack a first set-up turn, and then it gets super steep, and he'll take on the lip. And that's nicely done there from Federico.
Really nice job on that inside junction, white junction over there with lots of power. And it was a really nice re-entry performed by the Portuguese Frederico Morais. Let's see the replay. It was a first snap, and then look at this, really nice and critical for Frederico Morais. And I think you have to do that. You have to do this. You have to pedal. You have to be on the waves, trying to chase, trying to increase that 6.33 that he have, because Thiago Camarao already have a 6.93. So basically, Thiago needs another wave like that to get through. So Federico Morais needs to increase that backup score.
All right, score drops for Federico. It's a 5-something. It's going to be a throwaway.
5.6.
It's not going to change anything. So throwaway for him. He waited a little while for that, but situation unchanged. And the requirement for Camarao still at 6.91, 8.5 minutes now. I've got a feeling this next wave from Camarao is going to be fairly crucial. Well, he's got one here, and he's got a decent-sized wave, actually. And you see him just roundhouse snapping around. This is really nice snap there for the Brazilian. And there he goes. He'll finish, and he'll get a good hit on the inside, and he likes it. And I tell you what, there's some good support from the Brazilians as well. They're not going to be out-shouted by the locals here, because they're making some noise up in the contest area, but that was a beautifully surfed wave from the Brazilian. He got him pretty early, stood up outside. You see him go past Federico here. He's kind of fading left, and then he makes a bit of room to set up this first little turn, putting himself behind the section, and then that's nicely done. Little kind of stinging snap in the lip, and then bash, he'll take on that oncoming whitewater section. Be really interesting to see where this goes. 6.9 the requirement.
Really nice job by the Shrimpy, and you know what? I love that first turn, the spray to the face of Federico Morais, and then the fade, just a long button, and bam, smash it. All the lip, all over the way. Impressive stuff by Thiago Camarao. I don't be surprised if he got the score, because it was a really nice surf.
Could we see a turning point in the second semi-final? Just waiting for judges to lock in. In the meantime, Federico's not hanging around for that. He's going to keep surfing, and he'll tag the lip. He's got a kind of a foamy wave. He's decided to get busier, and I think that's also going to be a throwaway for Federico.
Yeah. So waiting for scores. We still are waiting for scores for the last of blue and the last of red.
All right, let's have a look at Federico here. Just see him take off on a little kind of inside double up wave, really. Nice first hit.
Yeah, vertical, but a bit late, I think. And then the finich with that tail release.
how this goes score-wise. He's just giving the judges a bit more to think about, and you see him on the inside there making his way back out, but we think the score of Camarao is going to be crucial. Here we go. He gets the score. Camarao gets the score. He drops a 7-8.
7-3-7.
7-3-7, and he's in the lead. We wondered if we could see a turning point in the heat. That's exactly what we've seen, and he's not done yet. Here he goes again. And he's on a left-hander, a slash in the pocket, and he'll go to work on the inside again, and he'll finish off. He doesn't fall much, this guy. He's calling for the jet ski there. That isn't a celebration, that's a call for the ski, but he's in the lead, and Federico Morais, you saw him in the early part of that wave, paddling back out. 5.5 minutes remaining. Federico is now looking for a 6-8.
Interesting heat. I know everybody knows that Thiago Camarao never quits of a hit, and look at that, trying to increase that 6 point. Really nice snap there, and the combination or the combo of these two last turns were pretty huge. So he's trying to increase that 6.93. I think it's going to be a bit difficult, but let the judges do their work.
The throwaway Federico, and you saw in the tight shot there, he's blowing a bit, he's panting. It's super physical out there. We talked about just how fit this guy is in terms of physical conditioning, but he's got a bit of a puff on there. He's caught a couple of waves in the last few minutes, and he's not been using the ski. He's been going the paddle back, which is pretty wise in terms of, you know, finding something on your way back out, but it takes it out of you, and there's a lot of water moving around, so, well, he knows he's in a heat right now, and he is a little bit up against it. Looking for a 6-8 if he's going to make the final and take on Marco Giorgi, the Uruguayan. 4.5 minutes remaining, and right now Camarao has come into the lead. He started off really slow in this one, but you can't count him out. And you've got to say, he surfed it pretty much impeccably in terms of the waves that have come to him. He's not had anything with crazy potential on, but he's sort of milked what he's had. Let's see if Federico gets something going, though. Let's not count him out.
Thiago Camarao increases again with a 7-1-3. So right now, Federico Morais is chasing a 7 point. Yeah, those two turns, that combination of 2 turns of Thiago Camarao, the last two turns were really good stuff.
But I actually forgot we were due a score. I mean, it's put him in the lead a bit more. It hasn't changed a whole lot. Federico needs a 7 before he needed a 6-8. It's slightly more difficult. He's essentially looking for the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
He needs to go into that 7 range. 3.5 minutes remaining. And Federico, he'll be just trying to stay composed, stick to the game plan, and look for an opportunity if one comes along. But he might just have to, well, basically he got 7.5, didn't he, early on? So similar kind of stuff to that. Might just see him take a little bit more in terms of risk.
Exactly the same. He knows how to do it.
Camarao there, and getting off the ski, buoyed by the news that he's just improved. And he is in the lead, and time's ticking down. As you see him just paddling against that rip to get himself back into the lineup. And that's our situation. It is Camarao at the moment in the lead as we count down second semi-final here. Final's going to be coming at you shortly after this. We'll have a little break and allow one of these two guys a little bit of chance to get his breath back. And final will probably be paddling out in about 45 minutes time. Have a half an hour break, I reckon, something of that order. We'll obviously keep you updated as we get the announcement. But there's Federico with a bit to do, and Camarao's having a look at that wave, decides not to go. No real situation in terms of priority because this lineup's a bit wild and woolly, and there's kind of waves and peaks everywhere. Camarao's just asking for a reminder of the situation. Even maybe he doesn't know that he just improved slightly on his last wave. Here goes Federico Morais looking for a 7. He's going left and he's up, slashes a first turn, and he doesn't like that wave. Decides to check out. That's going to cost him a little bit more time. He spins around on his way back out and decides not to go, just slightly caught in 2 minds here. And this is just going to take a little bit out of him in terms of time off the clock. He's still going to get back in the lineup, the time to catch a wave, but Will it be a wave offering a 7 or more?
And you see the body language of Frederico Morais. Right now he's concerned. He's looking to every part to try to see something, try to read something, and then you have Thiago Camarão chasing Frederico now for the last 1 minute to block him because he had the priority. He have the priority, so he's gonna try to block the last wave of Frederico Morais. That's the total score.
Minute to go. It's squeaky bum time for Frederico Morais. He's looking for a 7. And he led this thing most of the way through. And you see Camarao there. He's going to be all over him like a cheap suit to use that priority. And there he goes. He goes over the falls. So Camarao used his priority there to block Frederico from that wave. And here goes Frederico Morais. He's looking for a 7. 34 seconds to go. He might punt here. And he goes with a massive attempt, but to be honest, never really looked on. He didn't quite have that much speed coming into that, so it was always a bit ambitious, but he didn't have any other choice, really. He needed to go big. He saw he had a one-turn section. That's probably going to be his last opportunity of the heat, so yeah, he took to the air. It doesn't quite convert for him, and I think time is going to run out here. This will be our last action of this encounter. Thiago Camarao is going to make his way in, and you've got to say, this guy, he's held his nerve. He was behind. He was catching waves, getting low scores. He didn't get frustrated, stuck to his game plan. He's turned that one around. Good job, Camarao.
Really good job. Against all the odds, with the almost local and the favorite of the fans, Thiago Camarao made through the final. He's going against his good friend Marco Giorgi. Marco Giorgi said that he prefers to go with Thiago Camarão because they are good friends, good travel friends. But what to say about this kid, Frederico Morais? Huge contest, really nice performance. He came from a 5th place in Bells Beach, now a 3rd place in Santa Cruz. So I think he only realized that he won right now. And that's our official results. Thiago Camarão wins his semi-final. And he's completely hammed. So we're gonna have a final between a Brazilian, South America's final, you know? Brazil against Uruguay. So who is gonna win? We're now waiting for the official results. There we have Thiago Camarão with a 14.5 and Frederico Morais with a 13.83. Congratulations to both surfers. Gonna go to a short commercial and come back with us for the heat winner interview and the final of the Pro Santa Cruz presented by Oakley.
Vamos ter uma pausa de 30 minutos até à final. We will have a break of 30 minutes.
I started surfing when I was 3. Now it's about the chase of a world title. It's maneuvers that haven't been done before. Places in the world that haven't been surfed before. It's never ending. I'm Julian Wilson, and I can't stop.
Hello everyone, welcome back. We are live from Santa Cruz. Pro Santa Cruz presented by Oakley. We have seen Thiago Camarao winning his last semi-final against Frederico Morais, the Portuguese city surfer.
What a heat, man.
What a heat.
Great heat. You'd probably say something of an upset. Obviously, a guy from the CT, but Thiago Camarao, just, I love his fire and determination. He's put on an amazing event, actually. I've been impressed with all of his performances. And
maybe he's going to be here to this one.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be, certainly. But he's looked really good down here, whatever the ocean's thrown at him. And he stuck to his game plan in that one. He chipped away, built up a score. And he's taken down Frederico, so something of an upset. And he'll be fired up at the chance to take it on his good buddy, Marco Giorgi, in the final. That's going to be coming up very soon here, live from beautiful Santa Cruz in the west of Portugal.
Yep.
And we've had a great week of competition. And
you know what, have we said before? 3,000 points is a keeper for everybody. So remember last year Frederico Morais won the Martinica Pro. He's gonna date 1 year right now this month or last month. So it was the beginning of the journey to reach the WCT tour.
Yeah, and a lot of the guys were saying, actually, like you look at the heats in this, and some of the competitors are saying it's the same as a 10,000 or a big event. It's exactly the same surface doing this. In the meantime, we're going to hear from the winner of the last heat, Thiago Camarao. He's standing by with Diogo Opend.
Yep, I'm here with Thiago. Thiago, super tough heat. You started a bit behind, but you turned things around with that air. You must be feeling pretty happy.
Oh yeah, you know, it's a lot of things going on in my mind right now. I just would like thank you, God, for everything you've done in my life, and I'm so happy to be in the final with my best friend Marco. We start together like size juniors and like amateur, and now we are like the first man hit, and it is in the final. So yeah, I can't wait for doing my best, and I'm pretty sure Mark's gonna do his best as well. So yeah, I'm stoked to be in the final, stoked to be here in Portugal. I love this place, and yeah, I'm happy for everything.
There you go. That's Thiago. Going to give him some rest, and he'll be back to the final. So stay tuned, guys.
That's it. That's it. Thanks, Diogo. Congrats to Thiago Camarao. And right now, what are you going to do?
I can't wait for the final, man. It's going to be an amazing matchup. Seriously, this thing is going to go mad. Two guys, good friends, but I tell you what, once they get the jersey on and paddle out, it's going to be no friends in the lineup.
And right now we're gonna watch some replays of the waves on this morning. We had two hits. Actually, gonna see the footages from the last hit. Thiago Camarao. That was the first air attempt, and this is his second wave. Just one maneuver. He tried the foam climb here, and this was another. So Thiago Camarao was all over the place, always chasing some waves. He surfed to the left, he surfed to the right. He tried to do some good turns. He tried to go to the air. That was his first air, his first score, 6.93. Look at this stuff, really nice stuff. Really front side air reverse with a tweak. Really good, and this was the game changer, the wave that changed all the game. Really nice bottom, really nice hit there, and then look, smashing that white water. Beautiful stuff.
That's it.
Yeah,
I love that second last, that snap that he did. It's kind of a delicate touch. He did just enough to make it look rad, but he didn't spend too much time in the lip. He still left himself enough speed to tag it again, and he actually improved on his lead already here, so he wasn't giving up the ghost. And using the jet ski, saving his energy on the paddle out. Interested the difference in the tactic. I didn't see Federico on the ski once. This is what he got done. He got a nice airdrop here. This was is this the 7.5? It was.
I don't remember, but maybe.
So Federico Morais will be a bit disappointed. Didn't quite get the opportunities in this heat. Started off really, really strong. It didn't quite go his way, and he rallied here. He was looking for a score. think he possibly felt this one was going to go higher score-wise. We did see a little bit of a tight shot of his face and it was read out, and he maybe looked slightly surprised it was a 5 or something. It was a throwaway, but unfortunately for his point of view, it wasn't going to be enough, and he bowed out. But you got to say, in terms of what went down that heat, the right Camarao had the better of it. Let's put it that way.
For sure.
And at the end, he had to go big at the end.
It was a fair hit.
For Hail Mary, it doesn't come off for him. So that's the story. It is going to be Thiago Camarao from Brazil. He's going to take on Marco Giorgi. And we're going to be right back with the final coming up very shortly.
So thanks for watching and stay tuned for the final.
Ok, atenção então, teremos a final ao meio-dia e um quarto, terá a duração de 35 minutos, meio-dia e um quarto então para a final dentro de sensivelmente meia hora. 10 minutos antes vamos chamar os atletas para fazerem o check-in no Beach Marshall e depois teremos o Marco de vermelho e o Tiago de azul, numa final de 35 minutos. Attention surfers, it's now official. We have a start at 12:15 noon, and it'll be a 35-minute heat.
Já tenho aqui mais um. Está tudo bem?
Mais uma vez, muito boa tarde a todos. Aqueles que chegaram agora nos últimos minutos, recebam as boas-vindas em nome dos surfistas da WSL, World Surf League. Este é o Pro Santa Cruz presented by Oakley, a única prova 3000 do Qualifying Series na Europa. Prova importantíssima para os atletas que querem subir à divisão principal. Ok, atenção a toda a gente que está aqui à volta do campeonato. Está a decorrer uma promoção no stand da Oakley. Têm que passar no stand da Oakley, preencher um questionário e depois podem ganhar prémios. Esses prémios serão anunciados na entrega de prémios, naturalmente. Portanto, até à entrega de prémios, faça o favor de passar pelo stand da Oakley, falar com as meninas que lá estão, pedir para preencher o questionário e habilitarem-se a prémios que serão entregues durante a cerimónia de entrega de prémios. Aproveitamos também para agradecer mais uma vez, e nunca é demais, a quem nos permite estar aqui. Parabéns à visão da Câmara Municipal de Torres Vedras, Green Destination, ao Turismo de Portugal e Turismo do Centro, naturalmente à Oakley, e à Noah Surf House, que nos fez sentir em casa durante esta semana. Muito obrigado ainda à Mel, EDP, Era, Douro Azul, Dolce Campo Real, Be Stronger, medicina tradicional chinesa, Fonte Viva e Café Nicola. Obrigado aos criadores também dos troféus que vão ser entregues, ao primeiro e ao segundo. Portanto, muito obrigado, Kojia. Vamos ter a final dentro de sensivelmente 15 minutos, talvez menos, apenas 9 minutos para a final. Portanto, é uma boa hora para os atletas que estão na final fazerem o seu check-in. Ambos falam português. O Marco Jorge é uruguaio, mas passa muito tempo da sua vida em Santa Catarina e fala português corrente. Marco e Tiago, preparem-se por favor, estamos a 9 minutos do início da final, que terá 35 minutos. Os surfistas da final vão ter a possibilidade de ser rebocados, se pedirem, podem ser rebocados pelos nossos pilotos de Water Patrol. Portanto, Jet Ski Assist in use, if you want. Se quiserem, têm é que levantar um braço em direção a uma das motas para serem rebocados para o outside. Menos 8 minutos agora para o início da final, ao 12h15. Não se esqueçam, passem pelo stand da Oakley, preencham o questionário, habilitem-se a prémios que vão ser entregues durante a cerimónia de entrega de prémios.
Mais uma vez, um agradecimento muito especial a quem tornou possível este Pro Santa Cruz, presented by Oakley. Muito obrigado, Câmara Municipal de Torres Vedras, Green Destination, Turismo de Portugal e Turismo do Centro, Oakley, Noah Surf House, Mel, EDP, Hertz, Douro Azul, Doce Campo Real, Be Stronger, Fonte Viva, Café Nicola e também Coacha. Coacha são os troféus para esta prova. Muito obrigado, Coacha. Assim que tivermos posicionados os dois finalistas dentro da água, no pique, iremos dar início então a esta final de 35 minutos. Entre o uruguaio de vermelho Marco Jorge e o brasileiro Tiago Camarão vai estar de azul. Eles foram os dois surfistas mais regulares nestes 5 dias de competição. Esta é a segunda edição deste Pro Santa Cruz, presented by Oakley. Este ano, na sua segunda edição, então, é uma prova de premiação de 3.000 pontos, a única de 3.000 pontos no circuito mundial de qualificação, o Qualifying Series. Surfers in the final, you may pedal out. Surfers in the final, you may pedal out. Surfers just go into the water, then our water patrol will pick you up. Já está ali a moto preparada para apanhar o uruguaio Marco Jorge. E a seguir vem já também o brasileiro Tiago Camarão. Marco Jorge, que nas semifinais superiorizou-se ao japonês Yato Hara, enquanto o Tiago Camarão venceu o português Frederico Morais. Frederico Morais foi então o português mais bem classificado nesta prova. Frederico Morais, que faz então parte da elite do surf mundial do CT, neste momento está na 19ª posição. Foi um prazer ter o Kikas aqui a competir connosco. Só lhe poderemos desejar a melhor das sortes para o que ainda falta no seu ano de estreia do CT. It's going to be a 35-minute final, boys. Set your watches for 35 minutes.
And we're back for the final. It's the last and the greatest. Paul, we're back for the Pro Santa Cruz presented by Oakley final. My name, Diogo Alpendre, alongside me is Paul Evans. Paul, the heat we've all been waiting for, the final heat of the event. Two good friends grew up together, surfing together, learning how the industry works and how competitive surfing works together. Two good friends in the final together for the first time they face each other, and it's here in Portugal, Santa Cruz.
Yeah, absolutely. And it does look like a mouth-watering encounter, this one too. Obviously, guys have been amazing this week. It'll be really interesting to see how this goes down. They talked about being good friends. We saw a nice little hug on the beach there. Let's see how friendly it is in the water when we get down to the heat of battle.
I tell you what, if it is as friendly as the semifinals were, it's not going to be friendly at all, because Marco Giorgi was merciless against Yato Hara, and then Thiago Camarao turning things around over Frederico Morais.
Showed no quarter
at
to
all.
the new Prince of Portugal.
Absolutely. I think they're going to be pretty much ruthless. And Marco Giorgi and Thiago Camarao, we are about to start the final. It's going to be a 35-minute final here, and quite a path did these two guys enjoy it. But I tell you what, kudos to Thiago Camarao. He's the only guy who served from the first round to the final.
What a performance. What an effort.
Absolutely massive effort from the Brazilian surfer Camarao, Thiago Shrimpy. And Giorgi, a guy that knows Portugal quite well, in fact. He has spent quite some time here over the years. He's staying with his good friend Nick van Rapp. And let's just see what happens. Let's see what happens here as we edge closer to the final heat of the day. Taking a look at our heat sheet, I can tell you that Thiago Camarao defeated Frederico Morais in the second semi-final. In the quarterfinals, he won his heat against Marc Lacomar. Round of 16, he was second behind Yato Hara, but ahead of Goni Zubizarreta and Adrien Toyon. That's Thiago Camarao. Round of 32, he won over Frederico Morais once again, Johnny Gonzalez and Parker Coffin. In the round of 64, Thiago Camarao once again did a good job, but he was second behind Goni Zubizarreta. So he did serve 2 times against Goni and Frederico in this event. Taking a look now at Marcus Giorgi path to the final. He defeated this morning Yato Hara, then Jorgen Cousineau 2 days ago in the quarterfinals. Just behind Yato, but ahead of John Mel and Manuel Selman in round of 16. And winning the heat against Vicente Romero, Samuel de Souza, and Pedro Henrique in round of 32. So this was a little path there for both these surfers. The heat's about to start, and we're on. There we go. The final is on. 35 minutes, gonna be a long heat for both of these boys, but they're gonna give their best.
Welcome, wherever you're tuning in from around the surf world. It's final time at the Santa Cruz Pro, presented by Oakley. Been a great week of surfing here down in the west of Portugal. We're in the town of Santa Cruz. It's a little bit north of Ericeira. It's a little bit south of Peniche. Not too far from Lisbon, and a beautiful part of this coast it is. And we're finding out yet another jewel in the Portuguese crown in terms of surfing, in terms of beach lifestyle. And we've been loving it here this week, but right now it's getting serious. We're about to crown a champion. About 35 minutes from now, one man will be 3,000 points better off. Be good if you got 35,000 points, but I don't think they're going to be quite that generous, no matter how well they surf. So 3,000 points going to the winner, and a little chunk of change too.
And if Marco Giorgi wins this event, what a birthday week for him, huh?
Yep, so it's my birthday tomorrow, mate.
It's yours.
Have you got something planned, or you don't want to give away the surprise just yet?
It's your birthday tomorrow.
Yep.
Oh.
Don't act all. Oh, okay. Is this all part? Yeah. Okay, I'll play along. Yeah, it is. You didn't know, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
There we go. Thiago Camarao drawing first blood in this heat. Got back rebounds off the white water, and nothing there for him.
Yeah, a little nervy start there for Shrimpy. Let's see what Giorgi's got behind him. We're straight down to business, and he's driving down the line. He'll slash up. A little carving turn in the mid-face, and he'll punt. Goes for the straight air option. It got awful shallow underneath him down there, and he just aborted halfway through. So little opening exchange. And if this was, what have we got? 33, yes, so 35-minute final, and they're just making their way out. 2 gone, and nothing of great significance.
As of yet.
No, if this was a medieval joust, they just run at each other, but their lances kind of glanced off each other's shield, and no real damage has been done.
There we go, Paul. There we go. Quite a heat we are about to enjoy. Hopefully, I mean, I'm not sure. I just hope they get the chances to do their best surfing. Let's take a look at Georgie's replay. Wow, that was a nice look into air. Coming to reach short of what he needed to land that, though. And this is the cutback for Thiago.
Doesn't make a lot of mistakes, this guy, but just kind of on a little bit of a road to nowhere on that one. He'll go down. And in terms of that opening exchange, a marginal advantage goes to the Uruguayan, who is basically Brazilian, right?
Yeah.
He's from Brazil. He's just got Uruguayan passport. Have I got that right, or...?
More or less. I mean, I think he was born in... Yeah, mais ou menos. He was born in Uruguay and spent a lot of time between Brazil and Uruguay, but most of it in Brazil, yeah. But what I'm surprised this morning is how unfazed and unfrazzled these guys are about the conditions. Because it's messy out there. It's not an easy job to find the waves you need.
But at the same time, they're stoked that we got waves, right?
Absolutely.
At least there's some size, there's some power, there's something to kind of like push back against.
Yep. Did I say that correctly? Frazzled? Is that no? Doesn't exist.
I don't know. What was it again?
Frazzled?
Phased.
Phased is another word, but yeah, got it wrong.
Frazzled is if you've been in the sun too long, for example, and you get all red.
That's what happens to you and most of your countrymen.
Kids, put sunscreen on before you go in the sun. It will damage you and make you wrinkle. Just check out Camarao, the Brazilian in blue. And a beautiful first maneuver for him, but that wave fading out. And he'll kick out, make his way into the lineup. I like this little arc he threw down there, but unfortunately, no second section.
Both seem a bit shy in this heat to start things off. As we see Georgie up and riding, that looks way more like it. Let's see if the wave walls up on the inside. There he goes, first good hit. Turns that tail around, the Uruguayan, but unfortunately, once again, the wave doesn't have much more than that.
Jogo, I'm going to give you, let's check out the replay. I'm going to give you another chance to come back on the flags with suns in challenge. Let's just go with the replay here. Of course, this man flies the Uruguayan flag, and it's got some fetching blue and white horizontal stripes, and then it's got a sun. And I did ask you the question the other day, what other national flags feature a sun? What have you got?
Malawi in Africa. And Nepal also.
Google.pt.
There you go. But oh well. We're here, we're excited. The sun is the sun was shining. Now a bit of a how do you call this little bit of rain that we're enjoying?
Drizzle.
Drizzle. There we go. Droplets.
So we got a paddler, and it's Georgie having another look. He's going to drop a score to the tune of 4.27. He's nudging himself in front here. That was for the left hand of the 4.27. He's in the lead at the mo, but it's pretty much small beer in terms of scoreboard. Nothing really to get too excited about. And Camarao, he won't be too worried as yet. He was coming from behind for a long time against Frederico Morais. He was basically surfing against the entire nation of Portugal, but it didn't rattle him. And he stuck to his game plan and got himself into the lead.
In all honesty, I don't think that his game plan worked because he went pretty much for broke with that air, and he was a bit behind. So I think that was more adaptive kind of a situation where he had to adapt to the fact that he was so behind of Frederico. So he went for broke there. So I think what he was able to do is, if he noticed really quickly that his plan A wasn't working, so he changed to plan B, and it did work with that air. And that's what turned things around for him. Don't you agree with that?
Yeah, it's so important if plan A isn't working to go to plan.
Well,
what do they call it again? It's some plan. Oh, B, plan B, that's it, yeah.
No, but
classic tactics.
No, wait, but you see that there's plenty of surfers that really, when they set their minds on a specific plan, they sometimes can turn things around and understand the conditions are changing, that you have to go for a different kind of whoa, what happened there?
Whitewater takeoffs, I saw legs akimbo. I saw legs akimbo, and like, yeah, that was pretty interesting. Looks like they both thought about turning around to spin on that one. And yeah, okay, so just a little bit of difficulty with that rain squall coming down now, picking up our guys. But there they are, in the center of your shot. That's Georgie in red of Uruguay's in the lead at the moment, and he'll go into a whitewater takeoff. Is this one going to stand up? It does. And he'll drop down to the bowl. All that speed. See the board chattering. Great first hit. Bang! Oh, and he's done well there. He's done really well to manufacture a little wave out of kind of nowhere from a whitewater takeoff. You know, a good couple of hits. And that looks very, very tricky indeed out there.
Again, going to that conversation, we see that Marco Giorgi is going back to his plan of the semi-final, finding these little corners and just going to smash. Look how much speed he got there. Wow. Great turn off the lip, and then wrapping up that wave with a final section there. Good job for Giorgi.
Yeah, really nicely done. And he will go further into the lead when that score locks in. As we see him just making his way back into the lineup.
It's a 7-1-7, Paul.
Wow. Okay, so he really has drawn first blood in terms of a serious score, and he's gone up to that very good range as the Uruguayan, and the judges rewarding him. Pretty much a blind takeoff in the whitewater, and no idea what the wave's going to do, but it looked like it was going to double up.
Yep.
That's exactly what happened, and he jammed in a couple of nice turns, taking on the lip, throwing some nice spray, and then real aggressive on his finishing maneuver. A nice amount of risk. No temptation to kind of go conservative and maybe just float that last section. He gave it a good crack, and the judges loved it. 7-1-7.
Absolutely, and let's see how Thiago Camarao now with priority answers back. 2/3 of the heat still to go. And the Brazilian surfer needing a 9-3-4. That would be quite a massive score. Better if he finds a couple sixes, because that would give him the win. But that's not really what you want to do in a heat, in a final of a QS 3000 here in Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz Pro presented by Oakley. We are 20 minutes north of Ericeira, 40 minutes south of Peniche, and Marco Giorgi is surfing.
Ooh, 20 minutes in a helicopter, mate. It takes a little bit longer than that on that coast road, doesn't it?
To Ericeira?
Yeah.
You should take the highway. How long did it take you the other day?
I took the coast road because it's beautiful. It's really scenic. I love that little farmland, and you've got a couple of little villages. Some really nice gardens as well. Saw some really nice bougainvillea growing against the walls, and
beautiful,
beautiful stuff. Let's check out a replay here of Georgie. This was a throwaway from him. See all that wobble going through the lip. So he took to the skies, doesn't convert on the punt and goes down. But yeah, mate, we're nestled in a nice part of the coast here. It's kind of pretty rural and unspoilt, and yet it's also quite close to the mix, so to speak. It's close to Lisbon and even the two big surf towns. Let's go live action here.
Yeah, it's Thiago Camarao finally answering back to Marco Giorgi. Second good hit, but goes down there. He pushed it hard. He knew he didn't have much before that, so as soon as he found that section, he knew he had to push it a bit harder. Harder, better, faster, and stronger. If you do that, you're on your way to a good score, and you're listening to a Daft Punk 1-2.
Under the 24-minute mark now in the final of the Pro Santa Cruz 3000 presented by Oakley. One of these two guys, Georgie or Camarao, is going to be crowned champion. And at the moment, it's Georgie with, I'm going to say, like 2 or 3 toes on the podium, because he's got a good score, but it's certainly very far from over. Camarao, you cannot count this guy out. He's going to get an opportunity, and he's going to go up the scoreboard and post something of his own. That's the view of where we are, and you just see that bit of window clean. That's to help the judges see. There's a bit of moisture falling out of the sky, and they don't want to lose any vision, our judges. Let's go with a replay here of Camarao. Just faded back left to let himself get behind the section. That's a good first hit. And a nice second one. Unfortunately, he just kind of over-egged it. The nose went underwater and he went down. But the first turn was decent.
It was. It sure was. It was a 3.83 for Thiago Camarão there on that wave. In pole, besides Marco Giorgi and Thiago Camarão, who are obviously in the final and were standouts of this event, who impressed you the most in the past week?
Surfing-wise,
yeah,
I really like Sam D'Souza a lot. Let's go with live action. Here goes Camarao in blue. Oh! And he drops a little hammer on a white watery section, bit off slightly more than he could chew there, and goes down again. So a couple of falls for the Brazilian. I really like Sam D'Souza. I thought he was awesome. It's hard to kind of look past O'Hara.
Yep, Hiroto.
Hiroto O'Hara was pretty amazing, particularly that one heat when it was kind of small and clean and just peeling off beautifully. I just can't believe how fast he surfed.
And he got a really good combination for a 940, if I'm not mistaken.
And I just like him as a person. I just respect him as a human. I feel like he's probably grown as a human this week.
Hopefully. As we see Thiago Camarão once again, the guy just doesn't stop. Going for broke there.
Taken to the skies, doesn't quite get the conversion. He's rolling the dice here. He's going the scattergun. Just take off and go. Don't sit around and get kind of sucked out to sea in a rip. Late takeoff, straight off the bottom. Don't normally see guys come off a deep bottom turn into an air. Normally see more of a kind of a mid-face line in, but going for broke there. Needed to pull something out. Doesn't quite come off, but he's not gone very far. He'll be back in the lineup very shortly. Situation still unchanged. 21 on the clock.
Yep, looks like Thiago Camarão there was going for a similar strategy as in the heat of Frederico. The air he landed was quite quite a maneuver for the young Brazilian.
You were trying not to say quite an air then, weren't you? Trying to think of another word.
I was.
No, you're right, mate. It was really well done. And
full rotation in the air, actually.
Beautiful stuff. Love it. Highlight reel stuff. Just entertaining the crowd, entertaining the judges, perhaps most importantly.
Iago Dora and Jorgen Cousinet, top seeds in the QS, also impressed me. And let's see how Marco Giorgi is going to impress the judges in this wave. First nice heat and a second one. Will he land it? He sure does.
He's going to improve, mate. He had a 4.27 as his backup. He's going to get rid of that, I dare say. And that was a nice wave. It was nice and steep. And I love the way he kind of came from behind the section with that backhand bottom turn, scooping out off the bottom. Let's check him out. He's in late around the white water. Nice first hit. It is a smaller wave, and then he got the double up.
You sure he got improved on that 4.27?
No, I'm not sure, actually, no.
There you go.
Let's wait and see till it drops in. I think it might, but I don't know.
You don't know. Let's take a look at the score. It's a 5.5, so he did improve his score. And good job, Paul. You could be a judge.
I could probably be a commentator when I grow up.
So,
live action. We got a paddler. It looks like Camarao. He's behind a section, way behind. And it costs him. And again, so he's had 4 waves that probably coming in as under a 1. His last 4 waves, just throwaways for the Brazilian. He's catching a bunch of waves. At some point, something's going to come off for him, you have to think. And currently, it's just getting away from him a little bit. Giorgi, 7.1755. And he's just nudging himself out in front.
So what are you turning tomorrow? 74?
Going to be 41, mate.
41?
It's a big one. It's a big one. Yep, 41 years old, mate. And still looking pretty good, if I might say, for myself, in reasonably good nick.
There you go, some wind, some rain, but nothing stops our audience here in Santa Cruz.
Mate, to be honest, when it comes to the Portuguese crowd, wild horses couldn't keep them away from a pro surfing event, could it?
You're very true.
Some of the people I've seen down here, they look like they would walk 100 miles over broken glass just to get down and support the WQS. And that's the kind of stuff I like. I like a passionate crowd, a partisan crowd. And that's what we get here in Portugal, mate. It's become kind of standard at events now. It's like almost like you expect it. Love the noise and the excitement, just adding to the tension and the drama going out on in the water.
Yep.
Just goosebumps, mate. I get goosebumps.
You get goosebumps. There you go. Goosebumps from Paul. That's because of the Portuguese crowd we enjoy so much. Every single day there's an event. With 18 minutes to go, Marco Giorgi still in the lead. Thiago Camarao quite a bit behind. Needs a big score to move up to first. But keep in mind that Thiago did turn things around with 15 minutes to go in his semi-final heat with Frederico Morais, as we see Nick von Rapp on our screen at the moment. Always good to share a laugh with Nick Happel.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, if I see him, I'll say hi politely, but other than that, I don't want to commit to anything at this stage. Whoa, great maneuver there from Shrimpy. Nicely done. And it's going to feel good for him to execute maneuver successfully still atop his surfboard, because he's fallen a few times, but he smashed out a nice vertical hit there, and that was really well done. And I like the way he didn't have a whole many places to go on that wave, and he just found that section. Let's check him out from the top. Here he is, and just hits that beautifully. I tell you what, this could be a decent score for one turn. I wouldn't be surprised if this comes in okay. It's going to help him. It's a 6, mate.
Wow.
And he's back in it. Game on.
Game on. Thiago Camarao again. When it gets close to that mid-heat mark, he just resets. Boom. Makes a score and things start going his way. Let's see if he has something more on him to turn things around in this heat with 16 minutes to go.
Oh, it's all on, dude. He only needs a 6.68. Of course, Georgia himself will be hoping to improve, but right now he just needs a wave, and he's been paddling around a lot, and we thought he would get something going. Eventually, someone would stand up for him. He found a section there. Let's see if he can do another come from behind. Georgie's posted scores early on. He's been a little quiet for the last few minutes. 15.5 remaining. Let's see if he looks interested. We've got a couple lumps. Look at that rip, just chewing up the lineup. It's not easy out there. These guys drawing upon all that experience, but there's some size on offer too, and a bit of chunk.
Yep, absolutely. As we see Giorgi paddling, looks like this wave might just wedge up in front of him. There he goes, a nice combination there for the Uruguayan. As we see Giorgi paddling back out. He does seem a bit more in tune with the ocean than everyone else. We saw that in that first heat. And, once again.
This was good stuff from the Uruguayan. Taking a high line, little slashing setup turn. And again, little carve. That was pretty nice. I like we kind of wrapped that one around. Unfortunately, there wasn't a section begging on the end. I think just kind of got away from him. If he'd have tagged it on the end, I reckon he could have put a bit more pressure on the Brazilian, but let's see how he comes in for the 2 turns. First one, a bit of a setup. Second turn had a bit more oomph. 5.5 was his low score. Can he add a touch more pressure on the Camarao? Camarao still sitting on a 3.83. We're going to wait for that score to lock in. It's 14 to go, and I can barely take the tension. How are you bearing up, all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. 6 and a 3.83. He needs a 6.68. Camarao, but Giorgi once again up and riding. Just keeps moving. These two guys are very excited to be surfing. Whoa! Had to hit the eject button there. Giorgi, had he landed that air, he would have got hurt himself. But no need for that. As we see Camarao on a big section. That was a meaty turn for the Brazilian.
Shrimpy just slapping it upside the head. I love the way he attacks the lip here. And he can fit these turns into the tightest of corners. That's exactly what he's done. Let's check him out outside. A little double up, and then he'll just bang that thing, and he hung it up beautifully as well. I like the impact you get when you hang up. Just shows how steep that section was. This is a replay, Georgie. And just cranking down the line. He found a ramp. Just couldn't quite get the control on his board. And I think that was just a duck dive. I thought he maybe finished off all right. I think that was just a duck dive. Score to come in from Camarao, and it was a nice hit from him. I reckon he's going to improve his 383. Did get a 6 basically for one turn previous. Let's see how the judges like that wave with just that one turn, the one you just saw. 668 the requirement.
717, 5.5. Quite a mix here for Georgian Camarao. Really excited to see what's in store for us in this last 12 minutes of the heat, as we see that they are pretty spread apart in the lineup at the moment. Thiago got that left, so that's why he was a bit to the right. As we see the last of Thiago Camarao, it's a 617, just a tad short of what he needed. He needed a 668 to move up to first, but that does improve his situation. And Marco Giorgi is now feeling Thiago breathe down his neck, sorry.
Oh, he's got shrimp breath down the back of his neck, isn't he?
It does have a 6.5.
Which generally isn't a good thing in my experience.
You don't like shrimp?
Hey, I'm vegetarian, you know that.
Right.
We've been through all this many times. 13.5 to go. It's Georgie at the moment in the lead. But the margin just got that little bit slimmer for Camarao. And that's what we're looking at here. And that lineup kind of chewed up by a bit of onshore. Plenty of rip. Tide swinging down, but we do have a little bit of chunky onshore swell.
As we see some of the audience, some of our crowds paying close attention to what's happening in the water. As we see Marco Giorgi, he paddled hard for this one wave, and he's up and riding, going front side there. Nice carve to start things off. He pushed that tail a little bit. Nice combo for that second maneuver off the lip. He's trying to finish this one off with a little air, but he goes down. And the crowd isn't impressed as we see Thiago Camarão going fast, going for an air, but he lost contact there, and he's out.
I wonder if Shrimpy got something done out in the back, though. That's my question. I wonder if just before we picked him up, he banged a turn, because we did hear a bit of noise. I thought it might have been for a first maneuver. Let's find out as we check out duck diving bums in the whitewater. And wow, the tension building now down here. Going to get a score coming in. Let's see what he got done out the back. Did he tag it? No, okay. So it's just that one maneuver. And previous to that, Georgie had this little runner through a little tail, showing a bit of variety. Hits the lip, and then he went for a punt of his own on the inside, and was never really on. But nevertheless, he got a couple of hits in at the back. 9:40 remaining. Camarao looking for a 6.51. He's not going to get it with that last wave, the aborted air attempt. So he's going to get back on the lineup, and depending on the last score that comes in for Georgie, it could be as we were.
That's one of our competitors, Robertson Gonçalves, competing in the first round. Unfortunately, he didn't make it out of that one, but he's just a local guy. He's the guy that has been hosting 14 guys.
He must have a big house, man.
14 guys.
Everyone's staying there.
Thiago Camarão included. A lot of boys there in his house, with Marco Giorgi staying with Nick van Rapp, as we see Giorgi up and riding once again. That was a bit of a weird turn. The wave acted all weird there. Well wishes also go in Thiago Santos, our local wildcard direction. Had a bit of a dislocation of his elbow, I believe, playing volley yesterday.
Playing volleyball?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he's only got himself to blame, isn't he? Is that an acceptable thing to do with your time off, play volleyball?
Why not? if you do it competitively. No, you don't think so?
Also want to give a shout out to Gabriel Garcia Marquez, who left us last week.
No, 2 weeks ago, on the 17th.
Passed away, sadly. Amazing writer from Colombia.
Absolutely.
Shout out to him. GGM, as I like to call him. Rest in peace, mate. 8 minutes to go. It's still Georgie. Keeping it South American. It's Georgie in the lead. And you can see the tension there.
Local crowd.
They're feeling it.
They sure are. They sure are.
Who's going to walk away with that impressive looking carved wooden trophy? It says Pro Santa Cruz presented by Oakley on it. One of these two guys is going to have that on the mantelpiece, add it to the trophy cabinet.
I'd be surprised if it were you winning this. It's obviously it's going to be one of these two guys. They are in the final. They are some of the best surfers. They have been some of the best surfers in all week long. They sure were some of the standouts, and today they actually took out two of the other standouts, Yato Hara and Frederico Morales, our Japanese and Portuguese guy. There was a time there where Morais showed up on events with the Costa Rican nationality. That was an accident on his side, on his inscription, but that was solved.
Nice stat there, mate. Nicely done. So that's always good to be brought up to date with previous administration errors that have now been fixed.
No, not an administration. That was on his side.
All right, live action. Saving us. Well, no, it's Camarao having a paddle and he can't get on. So I wonder if he's just feeling the pressure a little bit now. 6.5 to go. Still needs a 6.51. The situation unchanged. Georgie's still out in the lead. There's a little bit of distance between these two guys.
There is.
It's not a massive distance on the scoreboard, but physically out in the water, you can see that gap there. Giorgio on the left of your screen. He's been a bit busier on that peak. He's caught a few waves just to the left there, to the south. And Camarao hoping to get something going on his own peak. So just deciding to surf their own heat, these guys.
Being friends, that was just what I was going to say, that being friends, they probably decided on giving the other guy some room, not going with that mind games and heavy priority.
I reckon when we come down to the end, we might see one go and sit on the other one, dude.
Tiago Camarao, sorry, up and right. That was a meaty turn for Tiago. Oh, no. He lost his footing there, Tiago, but that first turn was massive for the Brazilian.
Yeah, it was. So disappointing that he just lost his rail on that second maneuver. It's again, it cost him in terms of the score, but the first turn was big.
It was a massive turn for Tiago. That's what got Tiago so close to qualifying some years back, around 2010, 2011. Tiago has been out for some seasons due to an injury, but he's back, as we can tell from this event. At 3,000, that's going to help massively in the QS rankings. He wants to go back to that top 10 place where he has been in the past. But let's take a look at the replay. Look at that turn. Wow, meaty turn. So much water in the air for this turn of Tiago, but unfortunately, I don't know what happened there. His back foot slipped off. But why? Did he push it too hard on that one? We'll never know, unless we ask them. We'll ask him, actually. And there are 5 minutes to go. Final minutes of this heat. It started with 35. There's no limit for the amount of waves these guys can catch. We just want to see the good surfing happen, the good performance surfing, the good contest surfing. Marco and Tiago, two old friends, grew up together, know everything about each other's surfing, and then Marco Giorgi is going to add another chapter to this final with this last wave. Nothing massive there for Marco. He goes down, but we'll see what happens with 4 minutes to go.
Oh, the drama. We are waiting for a score to come in. We're going to wait for a score to come in for Camarao. Will be penalised, obviously, for falling. But that first turn was pretty decent.
It was a meaty one, wasn't it? The big section really walled up in front of him, and Tiago, no prisoners, just slashing away. Unfortunately for him, going down on the next one. He was underway for a good score, but it didn't really materialize for him.
All right, sets out the back, and this looks like a decent wave for Camarao. He's found a beauty. Let's see what he's got. Here he goes, looking for a 6.51, driving down the line. He's going to go for an air, and I'm not sure about his choice there.
Yeah, the wave did look better at start than it really was, but still going for the air. Not sure if he had the room for 2 turns though. But the wave was closing out a little bit, so he had to drive fast and then he had that much momentum to go for the air, but still.
Fair enough. Let's check it out. He was pretty deep behind it. Just thought maybe he could have taken on the lip there. It's easy to say in retrospect. If he'd landed that, of course, and got a great score, we would have said, oh yeah, brilliant choice. Here he goes again, he's not done. He goes backhand, slashing up high, still looking for a 6.51.
He's happy. He's very happy. Let's see what the scores are gonna come out like, as we see Marco Giorgi answering back. He's been trying to replace that 5.5 for a long time now. Hasn't really been able to do it, but still. 2 minutes to go. You see the boys, the supporters of Marco and Thiago, just clapping and clapping, just trying to give an extra boost to these guys' morale. Let's take a look at the replay of Giorgi's wave. It was pretty much a closeout there for surfer in red. As a bit of a strategy there on the takeoff.
Used his priority. Nice first hit. And he tagged it again a little bit tentatively. 6.51, is that the requirement? 6.51 the requirement.
6.51. The judges are going to compare that to that 6.17 and a 7.17 on Marco Giorgi and see does it fit above it or below it. As we see our fellow commentator Diogo there with the local crew. Now priority is with red. 2 Portuguese-speaking surfers in the water, trying to become the new champion of the Santa Cruz, the Pro Santa Cruz presented by Oakley. Last year's champ, unfortunately, lost early this year. That was Andy Cruyere from Spain.
All right, you can see how much rip that is just sweeping Camarao down the beach there, and he's been bundled down a good distance. He started off directly inside Giorgi, and it's all the way down the beach, just trying to get back in the lineup. I'm not sure he's going to get there in time. 35 seconds to go, and he's caught on the inside duck dive in. Have we had his score for his last wave?
I don't think so. Let's. I'm going to try and listen to what the beach announcer is saying.
So he's going to wait for his score. He's given up trying to paddle out. He's not going to get in the lineup in time. He's actually going to spin and come in, and we're going to wait for that last score. And there's the time being taken.
I don't think the score is in yet, is it? Oh, looking at George's reaction.
And there it is.
Over.
There it is. So the score had come in and it wasn't enough, and it looks like it's Marco Giorgi, that man there. He's the champion.
What a birthday week he's had.
Wow. Jubilation for the Uruguayan. He punches the air, and he's just picked up a massive 3,000 QS points on the week of his 29th birthday.
Yep, that's it. Thiago Camarao a bit short of what he needed, but still. That was a great event, a great final for these guys, as we see our water patrol just trying to get something, trying to get out of that situation. Look at Marco, 2007 event winner, our boy from Uruguay, just having the best time ever here in Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz Pro presented by Oakley, 2017 champion. It's Marco Giorgi, and he surfed a great event, and he did well to hold off the challenger Camarao there in the final. He was coming back at him. He was catching waves. He only needed a pretty marginal score, but couldn't quite get there, and Giorgio's held his nerves and seen it through.
Okay. As we see Tiago Camarão getting a hug from the Brazilian crew and also from Nick van Rupp. Nick van Rupp, who's there to welcome Marco Giorgi back in the beach. As we see, oh, that's what we want to see. Good fair play coming from two good friends. They go way back in the day. It looks like Tiago might just welcome Marco and cheer him up the beach. That would be quite a sight to see, huh? There he goes. Look at them. They are two boys. Good friends. They're gonna hug. Tiago just won the event in Argentina a few events back, and look at them.
Amazing sportsmanship there, mate. That's genuine stoke. Second place, congratulating the winner, his good buddy. They grew up together surfing heats from them when they were juniors, their first man-on-man heat. And look at that, beautiful scenes here. That is your champion, Marco Giorgi, and your runner-up, Tiago Camarao.
No sponsor, no main sponsor for Giorgi, as far as we can tell from his board. But still, this guy, a guy that wins an event, can sure as hell, can be sure that he deserves to be sponsored. As we see Tiago Camarão, great sportsmanship from Tiago. And Marco Giorgi being cheered up the beach by Nick van Rupp and Tiago Camarão. Look at him, just amazing stuff here, Paul.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheered up the beach. They're going for the run. I like that. So putting a little bit of effort in as well. Let's see. Sometimes they can come a little bit of cropper. They just seem to be just about holding it together, Tiago and Nicolau. But there he is, Marco Giorgi. He's your champion. The honor of being chaired up the beach. A tradition states that your feet don't touch the sand until you reach the podium. I'm not quite sure they're going to do the cliff, but they're definitely chairing him up the beach. A great effort there from a Uruguayan surfer. There's only one of them in this event, and he's gone all the way and taken out a final. He's going to pick up a massive 3,000 QS points.
I reckon Tiago's getting a bit tired, huh? After surfing a 35-minute final, cheering up your buddy, and he's a big guy. Yeah, well, that's kind of a duathlon, isn't it? As we see some of the local crowd. Look at that. Great stuff coming from everybody. Look at that. That's our jet ski driver, Sergio Cosme, really hugging everybody. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. That's exactly what we like to see. And I'm glad that we are seeing such great sportsmanship.
Well, we're going to hear a word from our winner shortly when he eventually makes his way up, and then we're going to go into the presentation.
Maybe we're going in a short commercial break just to change the setup here, and we'll be right back. So we're going on a short commercial break, and we will be right back. Stay tuned for the presentation and for the interview with Marco Giorgi. We'll see you in a bit.
Mãe, não posso falar alto. Já estão todos aqui a dormir. Eu é que não consigo adormecer. Deve ser para amanhã ser o primeiro treino. Beijinhos.
Adira ao M4O e escolha um pacote SmartNet à sua medida com 10 GB mês para utilizar nas suas apps preferidas. Aproveita a oferta de um pacote SmartNet grátis até ao final do ano e ainda da primeira mensalidade M4O. Ligue 16200 ou vá a mel.pt. O mundo é a tua casa. O mundo é Mel.
Get up. Let your bare feet touch the sand and feel the sea breeze. This is the moment. Seize the day. Let the sun bathe your skin. Let the sea wet your hair. Let the flavors light your mouth and let your friends fill your heart. We thought of everything. For you.
Hello everyone, welcome back. We are live here in Santa Cruz. We have been watching the finals. Congratulations to Marco Giorgi, the surfer from Uruguay. Right here we have Thiago Camarao, the runner-up of Pro Santa Cruz, presented by Oakley.
Yeah, mate, what a week it's been. Seen some incredible performances, and these guys have had a lot to deal with as well in terms of conditions. We started off, we had kind of relatively small swell, onshore winds, and then we picked up on Friday. We had a great day, like pumping waves, offshore winds. We've come back today, pretty stormy, pretty wild and ragged out there. And our two finalists, well, and our semi-finalists as well, have had quite a lot to deal with trying to make sense of that lineup. But ultimately, one man who's made the best of it is Marco Giorgi. We'll be hoping to hear from him pretty soon. But he's just taken his congratulations from his crew. Got strong support down there in Portugal. And they'll just be debriefing, taking stock. It's an emotional moment for him.
And you know what? I've been thinking about that. The final, we're against the Robertson's house, the local boy, and Serginho's house from Water Patrol, because Marco Giorgi was in house of Serginho from the Water Patrol. A huge thanks for the safety, the water safety down there with Sergio Cosmo and Antonio Silva. And Thiago Camarao was in Robertson Gonçalves' house, so it was like a fight between local houses here in Santa Cruz. So really nice job between those two guys, really nice hit until the end. Thiago was chasing just a 6.3, I think, and he caught the good wave, and he has a 6.1, so almost close to what he needing.
Yeah, definitely. It's so tricky out there as well. It's a real physical challenge taking on those waves, just staying in the lineup, scratching around, trying to get scores. So definitely it took a whole lot of physical endurance coming into play, as well as all the surf skills.
Yeah.
And of course, we talked about Thiago. He's come all the way from round one, so just incredible how many heats he surfed and kept his mojo going.
Yeah.
Just couldn't quite get it for the final there, that score he needed, but unfortunately for him, he'll be disappointed now, but I'm sure overall, and he steps back and realizes it's been a pretty good week from here in Santa Cruz.
Yeah, and so many years that he's chasing the WCT qualification, so maybe this year is going to be a good year for him. Also, to the winner, Marco Giorgi. He turned out 29 at the first day of the contest, so he had to be really, really hamped with this result and with his performance. I think we're gonna have Marco Giorgi here for a quick interview. He's gonna join me, and he's putting his headphones. Marco Giorgi, the winner of Pro Santa Cruz WKS 3000. Congratulations. Thanks. Congratulations, brother. Yeah. Tell us about what's the feeling?
I don't know. It feels weird not to lose in a contest. This is my first win of my life professionally. I'm just so happy how it went my way. Everything went my way. You know, I found the waves, and you know, you're always nervous. You know, going to semis and finals, and Thiago is, you know, such a good friend of mine, and
it was quite emotional at the end, eh?
Yeah.
He carried you up on the shoulders.
He's coming from two victories. Like he won a QS in Argentina, and he won a Brazilian contest. So he wasn't, you know, he was still going, and you know, I knew he had that confidence going to the final, and it went my way. So.
Yeah, and for the rest of the year, you have now 3,000 points already. What's next? You go to Japan?
I'm not gonna do Japan. I'm gonna go to do the ISA in Biarritz for Uruguay. I'm happy to do that, and I'm not gonna go to Japan and focus. I'm gonna focus on the 10,000 in South Africa, and now I'm relieved that I'll have enough points to get to Hawaii. You know, which is like. It's not the main focus, but you know, if you're in there, you still have a chance, because there's two of them and they're really important, and I look forward for that. So now just focus on the 10,000 really.
Okay, let's talk a bit in Spanish for the Uruguayan fans. ¿Qué tal, Marco? Primera victoria acá en Santa Cruz, te va a quedarse para siempre en tu memoria este sitio, ¿o no?
Sí, increíble. Me sentí en casa acá, estuve en la casa de Sergio Cosmo, que es el de
Water Safety.
El Water Safety. Y la verdad que me sentí muy bien toda la semana positivo y enfocado y tranquilo. Me mostró todo aquí alrededor, muy lindo toda la ciudad, todo. Y la verdad que las cosas fueron para mi lado y estoy muy feliz. Quiero agradecer a todo el mundo en Uruguay también, que me mira y que me apoya. Hay mucha gente feliz en Uruguay ahora, estoy seguro. Un beso a toda mi familia, a mis amigos en Uruguay, en Brasil también, yo vivo en Brasil. Y muchas gracias a todos.
Bueno, gracias yo por estar aquí. Felicidades. Te voy a dejar para que vas a la entrega de premios y felicidades otra vez. Gracias por estar.
En Uruguay nomás, arriba.
Congratulations, guys. That was the interview with Marco Giorgi, the winner of Pro Santa Cruz, presented by Oakley. So now we're gonna watch some highlights of the whole event. Right now, back with me in the booth, Diogo Alpendre. Diogo, tell me about this final and this emotional final.
Yeah, it was great, and Marco, such an emotional win. But meanwhile, we're going on a short commercial break before the award presentation, so stay tuned to the highlights of this event. Thank you for being tuned in with us all week long. It was a pleasure to be here with you. Thanks also to all the production crew and staff for putting on this event. Hopefully we'll be back next year, Diogo.
For sure, with the 6,000.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So thanks everybody. Take a look at the highlights and stay tuned for the award presentation in a bit. So see you next year.
Ciao.
So please, I invite to come on stage
Secretary of State Ana Mendes Godinho, Torres Vedras City Council Carlos Bernardes, and also William Galimberti from Oakley. So I will start here. I will start here with Ana Mendes Godinho. Pleased to meet you. Thank you so much. What do you think about this event in Portugal?
As you know, when we think of surf, we think of Portugal. Right now, we are the best place to surf in the world, as you saw today, with these great surfers. It was amazing looking at their waves. We just won the Big Wave Award that was just announced today. Portugal is the place to be. As you saw here, I think that not many people knew that Santa Cruz was this paradise. It was our secret, but now I think this secret went to the world, and this is dangerous because I think that many people will come here after this week here, seeing that you have such a diversity of waves. Here you surf all kinds of waves, and we all with all these amazing people that love receiving you all. And as you know, you can have the best days of your life here in Santa Cruz and in Portugal. Please don't come all. Just come discover slowly because we are waiting for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for those kind words. I also have here Carlos Bernardes, City Council from Torres Vedras. What do you think about this event here in this beautiful coast of Santa Cruz?
To me, it's the best. It's a dream from the municipality. It's a dream to the surf locals, and to me, important this moment. Thank you so much from the sponsors. Thank you so much from the public. Come to Santa Cruz, the green destination, the quality coast destination, and thank you so much from Marco and Tiago and other athletes. Thank you so much for you come here in Torres Vedras in Santa Cruz, and thank you so much to WSL.
Thank you so much. Also here with us, William Galimberti from Oakley. What do you think about this event here in the last few days?
The event was absolutely sick. It was fantastic, and I would say thank you to the athletes who gave us the show. Thank you to the waves and the ocean that gave us a set. And thanks to Portugal for having us. It was amazing. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I would like to thank all the sponsors of this event, Tourism of Portugal, Tourism from the Center, Torres Vedras City Council and Green Destination, Oakley, Mel, EDP Distribuição, Hertz, Fonte Viva, Douro Azul, 12 Campo Real, and also Kodja. They made the awards. Really nice, beautiful awards. Thank you so much. I would like to thank once more, now in English, for the fans, for the surfers, and also for the locals here of Santa Cruz for having us in the last 5 days. Thank you so much. I would like to present now Oakley Wave of the Event Awards. Please welcome Vitor Mendes. Congratulations. Congratulations, Vitor. Come here, please, Vitor. Come here. Congratulations for your awards. It was the wave of the event. What do you think about this event? And try to comment as your prize and that wave.
I'm pretty happy to have the best wave of the event. It's my first time here in Portugal, and I'm pretty happy to do a couple hits, make a couple hits and good scores. And I want to congrats all those boys Marco and Thiago, were surfing really good, and they are really good friends. And I'm happy to get the 10. It was just one air, but a full rotation, and it landed, and I got so happy. And I want to thank Oakley and all the sponsors for this amazing contest. And that's it. Thank you, and thank to Hobby, the guy that I'm staying, and thanks all guys from Portugal.
Thank you so much to give this prize to Vitor Mendes. I called William Galimberti to give the prize to Vitor. Eu vou pedir ao Vitor que tire daqui um papelinho, aqui pela parte de trás. Vai estar aí o nome de alguém que vai sair daqui da praia hoje com os óculos da Oakley. Someone will have some new Oakley shades. And I call here Carlos Amaro. Carlos Amaro, where are you? Congratulations, Carlos. Vitor will give you some new Oakley shades now. Muito prazer, muito obrigado, Carlos. Muitos parabéns. Muitos parabéns. Let's go to the runner-up in this event. Second place, Tiago Camarão. To give you the award, Cinta Castle from Torres Vedras to give the award to Tiago Camarão. Congratulations, Tiago. Congratulations, Tiago. How do you see the event? What do you feel about this second place?
To be in the final with Marco, we grew up together. He's a good friend of mine. We surf together size ever. And he always inspiring me. He always push my limit. He always surfing so well. So yeah, stoked to be in the final. Stoked to be here. I love Portugal. I would love to thank you, Robertson, and your family. I always stay in his house. He always support me here in Portugal. And all my friends from Brazil, all my friends from Portugal, everyone is watching. All the support you guys gave to us. This is a part of the game. This is a part of the show. You guys cheating, you guys, pushing our limits. So I'm so stoked to be here. It's my third final and second place, and see my friend win. It's amazing. So congratulations, Marco Giorgi. You are an amazing surfer.
Thank you so much, Tiago. Thank you so much, Tiago. And that's it. Please, the great winner from this Pro Santa Cruz presented by Oakley. It's Marco Giorgio. To give Marco Giorgio this prize, Ana Mendes Godinho. Congratulations. Congratulations, Marco. What's the feeling of being supported for the runner-up, your friend, Tiago Camarão? How do you feel about this victory?
I feel amazing. Feels weird not to lose in a contest. This is my first victory as a professional surfer, so the road is really long, and to be here and to be runner-up a few times and thirds and whatnot. So be here in Portugal. Portugal is such a special place for me. I have so much support. I want to thank Nick, Sergio, Cosmo. I want to thank the crew that did all the massages, and they treat me so well this past week, and it's been amazing. I want to thank everybody in Santa Cruz. Thiago and I, we come such a long way. We are such good friends. We're joking all the time. Not in the final, of course, yeah, but yeah, I didn't even look at him, man. But he's such an amazing surfer. He's ripping, he's coming back. He didn't go to Australia also. Was struggling without a sponsor. And now he got a sponsor, He's such an amazing surfer and he deserves it all. And at the same time, I lost my sponsor, so I'm here now. And to come from that and to come here in Portugal, which I feel a big connection, and to come here and win, it's against him, ripping, and all the people that was in the contest ripping. I know you guys' support. I thank you all so much, and I'm super happy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marco Giorgi, the great winner from this event. And in Marcos Giorgi's words, we can see that in those small things, even in those small things, surf, it's really different. Fair play, it's our middle name. Thank you so much, Marco Giorgi. Thank you so much for all the public, all the fans. I'm working, boys. It was a big, big pleasure to have you here. We hope to come back next year for the Pro Santa Cruz 2018. Thank you so much. A huge party here on the stage. Thank you so much for your presence here. We hope to come back next year for the 2018 Pro Santa Cruz. Thank you so much. See you next time. Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you so much, Master Chelsea. The great winner from this event.
I started surfing when I was 3. Now it's about the chase of a world title. It's manoeuvres that haven't been done before. Places in the world that haven't been surfed before. It's never ending. I'm Julian Wilson, and I can't stop.
Wow.